Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Pedge. Welcome up from Abu Dhabi. And good to have you back in action, Alan. We missed your shouting out the back here. We had to have Uwe shouting earlier.
Oh, very cool and calm at ICCA this morning.
I hope they're looking after you with nice coffee.
Got water.
We are here at the 24th running of the Emirates Salon Culinaire in conjunction with Expoculinaire, a virtual Culinaire. And this is a really exciting time for us because the Emirates Culinary Guild, we've been a bit quiet with physical exhibitions and physical competitions. We've been busy throughout the last 12 months doing some online and that sort of thing. But now we have an opportunity, and the great opportunity given by the Radisson Blu Dubai Deira Creek Hotel and also the Deira Creek site hotel, and with all the help from the chefs and the sponsors, and especially our strategic partner down at ICCA that's beaming us live around the world. And I would like to welcome everybody that has tuned in nice and early or late at night from all over the globe to be with us for the next 4 days. Without the support of people like the ICCA, Purple Kitchen events run by Joanne, the hotels, the venues, the chefs and the supporters, and we'll talk about the sponsors a bit later. We're really, really lucky to be able to put on such an event with a hybrid style of event. And there's a lot of noise in the background. There's a lot of chatter, as you can hear, because the chefs are all here setting up their bits and pieces. The chefs are doing some cake decoration preparation. They're finishing off their showpieces. They're still registering. So we've got a lot of activity actually in the room here at the Zabil Ballroom at the Radisson Blu. And we're going to be here all day. We've got lots of interactive actions and activities throughout the day, not only from the hotel, but back in the studio. We're going to be talking to some of our old friends from around the world who have been helping the Emirates Culinary Guild become what we are today. After more than 27 years, we really started back in 1991. We had this great opportunity with some great chefs led by Chef Michael Lee, who was our first president of the Emirates Culinary Guild, along with Paul Allard and Francois Porte, and some of the older generation chefs that are now retired and enjoying their time. But we're going to be talking to them hopefully as well over the next 4 days. And these guys really set us up for the success we have today. And our current president, Uwe McKeely, welcomes everybody. He welcomes the chefs to the salon. Uwe's been president for as long as I've been chairman. So whoever can guess that amount of years, you'll get a prize. I don't know what the prize will be, but you know, we've been doing this for a long time. We've got some great support from many of the industry leaders, from also the chefs, and many chefs have been within the Emirates Culinary Guild for years on end. And they come and help, they come and donate their time, their hotels give up the time. And without that passion, without that commitment from industry, we wouldn't be standing here today. You know, we've been here since 5 in the morning because we love doing it. You know, we had to wake up early. But, you know, and the chefs also, the competitors have been coming up from Abu Dhabi. We've got guys coming in. And we also have teams coming across from Pakistan and Palestine, for example. So they've been traveling overnight. And so with that, it just builds to a great, exciting 4 days of competition. And this is what really we're all about at the Emirates Culinary Guild. We've been doing this, as I said, from 91. We started the Salon Culinare. It grew and grew. And as we were down in Sharjah the last couple of years, we were in Dubai for a number of years, then down in the Sharjah at the Expo Center Sharjah. We haven't been out for 12 months, so this is our first outing. So it's great to be back live with the displays in front of us, with the chefs all coming around us and really giving it their all to look after them, but also to look after getting that medal, you know, because at the end of the day, the chefs are competing. And so we have a great lineup of judges, and we'll be speaking to some of the judges throughout the day as we move on. We have Martin Kobold with us, who is the Vice President of the World Association of Chef Societies. The World Association is 91 years old this year, and it was started back in France in 1928, I believe it was. There's 105 membership countries around the world, and they're all chef associations and guilds of chefs that fall under the umbrella of the World Association of Chefs Societies. The president being Thomas Gugler, who was in his second term as president now, and he's from Germany originally, but he's based over in Saudi Arabia. And Martin's based down in South Africa and up in Austria. He goes in between. We also have Miss Cornelia, who is the Secretary General. She's based in Canada. So we really have an international feel to the association, and also the association here today in Dubai, where we have judges from Luxembourg, where we have Alan Hostet. Alan is one of the judges that sets up one of the biggest culinary competitions in the world, which is the World Cup in Luxembourg. And that competition is regarded as one of the biggest and best competitions to compete in. So we have Alan here from the Luxembourg Chefs Association, and also him being an organizer. He's also the continental director, one of the continental directors in Europe. We then have also Hossam Suleiman from Egypt, who is the president of Egypt Chefs. And it's a very exciting time for Hossam to be here, because yesterday they were organizing the pharaonic journey, where they did the pharaohs down from the old museum to the new museum. And I know Hossam, Chef Hossam, he was involved in that with his work. So, you know, it's such a unique thing for Hossam to see that and being able to tell us all about that. And then we have David Soson, who's the president of the Qatar Chefs Association. So these four gentlemen will lead a band of merry men and women to be our judges, and where we have a lot of our local judges as well. We also have our rookie judges. We have marshals. So it really does take the chefs to donate their time, the commitment of their hotels and their bosses to allow them to be here for the 1 day or 4 days if they can. And this really does make a difference to the competition, to give it that international flair, and to make sure that the judging is done as we would want it to be, you know. And we need to be fair on the competitors. We need to be fair on the judges. We don't want to harass the judges too much. But I'm already looking around the room, and I'm seeing some really nice pieces. There's some great displays coming out. We've got a couple of showpieces out. We've got chocolate today. We've got wedding cakes, and we're going to go for a bit of a walk around later. But now I'd like to bring in the host of our day today, who is hosting it at his hotel. He's busy with Alan Hostet at the moment, but Mr. Jan Hanak, who is the general manager. Jan Hanak, there he is. He's Alan Hostet was giving him a briefing, obviously. But Jan Hanak is the general manager of the Radisson Blu Deira Creek Hotel, and he's going to come up on the stage. And we welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jan. Good to see you. As you can see, we've got our little masks on. Let's have a seat, sir. And I think we've got a microphone here. I think it works. They'll turn it on.
Perfect.
Have a seat. Good to see you, Jan.
Oh, good to see you, and thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, no, I mean, firstly, we have to thank you for allowing us to invade your hotel from 5 o'clock this morning. But
please, it's an honor for us actually to host such an exhibition and competition. Yeah.
Thank you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Jan. How long you've been in Dubai or in the region in the hotel?
So in Dubai 3 years, in hospitality over 20 years actually, starting in 1998. Been with Radisson the whole time, but it's been moving around the world. So Prague, London, Belfast, then in Russia for 4 years in St. Petersburg and Moscow, and then ended up in Dubai.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're here with the family?
Yeah, family, my wife, 2 kids.
Oh, beautiful.
With us all the time, so really good, yeah. Enjoying this here.
No, and we have to thank you for allowing us to come into the Zabeel Ballroom. The hotel is iconic. It's been here over 40 years, I believe.
45, yeah, the first 5-star hotel opened in Dubai, 1975.
45 years. Yeah. And there's also an iconic chef working with you. And
that's amazing, yeah. Uwe has been here for ages, actually, I think almost 30 years, yeah. And through the time, so many things happened here in the hotel. Many new concepts brought in Dubai. For example, we brought the Friday brunch to Dubai. They were here in Deira Creek. amazing. Our signature outlets, Shabestan, the fish market, and so on. So,
I saw a nice review on Golf News about the Shabestan.
Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. You haven't been to Dubai if you haven't been to Shabestan. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the hotel is full of food and beverage.
Yeah, 15 outlets. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 outlets. And you've got some of the most iconic as well,
Yeah.
being Shabestan, but also your seafood market, right?
Fish market, yeah, fish market, absolutely. Yeah. It was again one of those things we introduced to Dubai, actually, the first venue of its kind, where you basically choose your fresh fish, vegetables, and you cook it to your liking. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was you know, this hotel holds so many memories for many of us. I actually proposed to my wife in the fish market back in.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you can hear him?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
But yeah, so I proposed to my good lady in your fish market
Fantastic.
back in 1992. So you know, the hotel holds so many memories for many of the old Dubai residents.
That's true. Yeah. And it's quite it's an institution, actually, as you said, especially at this ballroom. There are so many weddings, local families getting married, the parents, now the kids coming back, and all of that. Obviously, as you said, the Shabestan fish market and all of these are actually well known in the market, and people coming back and back. Yeah, and of course, it's a big challenge for us, and also a promise we have to keep, that basically the quality and the offering will still remain at the top level.
And you're also one of the very first five-star hotels to launch an Emirati restaurant.
That's true. Yeah, that's the ICCA restaurant, which was launched 3 years ago, actually. Yeah, and there is a selection of Emirati dishes, but also another dishes from the region, actually, to have the experience of Dubai and Middle East. Yeah.
No, and that's one of the things the Emirates Culinary focuses on as well, is the ethnic cuisine of the country and the city we call home.
Yeah.
So it is important to put that across. How is the meeting business in the hotel, you know, with this sort of hybrid, not hybrid? What's your feelings?
Yeah, no, it's a mixed bag. Obviously, the business went down naturally, actually, because of the restrictions. But then we try to be proactive and introduce this new concept called the hybrid meeting. So we have a room which is fully set up with all the infrastructure for your hybrid meetings, which means that basically we have the Zoom rooms set up with cameras, microphones, big screens, and everything. So you can have your part of the meeting in our hotel, and then the rest of the meeting all around the world, with the participants basically in their homes or offices.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a trend for the coming months.
It is. But still, as you can see, many people still want to come back and meet in the hotel. So of course, we also can cater for that. We are quite fortunate with a large venue, so we can assure the social distancing and all of that, actually, of course, limited numbers, but still some of the meetings can be happening. Of course, social events are now not allowed, which is perfectly fine, but hopefully when they come back, we're going to be back on the scene as well.
Yeah, I think we've been lucky as a city and a country with what we've been able to do. And you know, as we see, you know, we're sitting here, we've got the masks on, we're not going to spend more than 10 minutes together. So, you know, it's all these little protocols that we have to follow now, which are going to become the norm, I guess.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right, actually. And I have to say, with the thing that we are fortunate here in Dubai, I was checking the statistics of the staff being vaccinated in the hotel, and currently we have over 92% of staff vaccinated already, which is amazing, and it can only happen here in Dubai, actually.
Yeah, it is amazing. That's a great thing, and that gives such a peace of mind.
Absolutely.
And also to the colleagues.
Everyone, for our colleagues, for the guests, it's just amazing, actually.
Yeah. And we've got Ramadan coming, so it's gearing up for Ramadan.
We do, of course. We have to focus on the safety protocol first. So this is very important. So we don't have the big traditional iftars which we knew in the past, the big buffets. But basically, we're going to have a served iftar. We have kind of a high-end iftar offer in our Shabestan restaurant, of course, and then very nice. Served iftar dinner in the ICCA restaurant as well, actually. And then the other outlets will be opened a la carte,
Right. So back to the competition a bit. This is your first experience at a Salon Culinaire, or you've seen it in your life
actually,
before?
Obviously, working with Uwe, we heard about
a choice.
Yes. And I was getting the information. This is such a great competition, actually. I really like the chefs can show their skill set, the experience, the creativity. And for us also, working with Salon Culinare and Uwe and the Guild, this is fantastic because one of the successes of this hotel was growing people from within.
Yes.
And very often, especially in the chefs, we are bringing people from different countries, continents, over to the hotel, and we are training them, teaching them what to do. And I've seen many of our colleagues growing from the fallen ranks to the top level, actually. So to being the chefs of the restaurants or the hotels, actually. So this is really amazing, and it creates connection with the hotel, with the brand, and with the outlets.
Yeah. I've seen, I've seen Dion come up now. Dion is your executive chef.
Yeah. Prime example.
And many of the colleagues, they leave and move on. And one of your colleagues, Raheel, who was a young guy when they started the grooming, is now up in Canada. Hopefully, we're going to be speaking to Raheel as well. But I also see that even now, the hotel and chef is still pushing the people along with Chef Dion to compete in the smaller events as well. I think you had a bit of success as well in the Nestle Golden Chef.
Yeah, absolutely. Well. We have quite a few. Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, and then we've got the Chain de Rotisseurs. So there's a lot of involvement from the hotel culinary.
That's true. Yeah, we try to be involved and obviously support as much as we can as well.
No, it's great to have that support, and it's people like yourself, Jan, as a general manager. If you're the one that's encouraging and pushing that as well, it's such a great sign for the young guys as well.
For us, and I started as a luggage porter. Always wanted to be chef as well, but I started as a luggage porter. Of course, completed my studies and all that. But it's also because of the support of the company and the hotel, who believes in people. They're growing people from within. I couldn't, but where I am now actually, and I believe hospitality, obviously, as we all know, it's all about people. If you have the right people with the right mindset, then you can do anything you want.
So hopefully these sort of events and this sort of thing gives a bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
I hope so as well. I was saying this morning, it's so cool to see this actually. Of course, as I said, all the safety protocols in place, but to see, the passion, the creativity, and the chefs buzzing around, looking forward to the competition, this is amazing.
Yeah. No, we had the first trucks rolling in the back there at 5 o'clock this morning. So. And it's good to see that, there's young men, young women.
Absolutely.
There's a great mixture of people from the industry as well. We've got people from hotels. We've got people from Emirates in-flight catering, restaurants. We had one of the teams that's come up from Abu Dhabi. So I know down in Abu Dhabi, you've got so many hotels as well. And it's all, and the brand has always been so strong in the competitions.
That's true. Yeah.
But it's really a great thing that you've done, Jan, and we thank you so much for your commitment and for allowing us to be here.
This is a mutual cooperation, actually. It's a win-win for both sides, as we say, actually. It's fantastic,
good.
And it's really nice to have such a prestigious event in the hotel,
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Mr. Jan.
Thank you so much.
Bravo. Virtual clap. Bravo.
Thank you,
we're going to have to let him get back to running his hotel. He's got to do his morning meeting. Then he has to look at the revenue, I'm sure, or something, or something really exciting like that. Yeah.
I'm a revenue manager in heart, actually. So anyway, don't even go there, actually.
No, but Jan, thank you very much. Thank you for your time this morning. And hopefully we're going to see you a little bit later on as well.
Thank you for having me. All the best.
Thank you. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, Jan, our general manager and host here at the Radisson Blu Dubai Deira Creek, and we've been very lucky to have that special 10 minutes with Jan just to talk us through his personal background, but also his commitment to the chefs. And it's people like Jan that make the chefs enthusiastic to do these things. He inspires his leadership to allow them to put on such events. And I think it's a really great thing that we've seen. Right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to have a little drink of water, because wearing this mask and all that sort of stuff, it gets a little bit, I get a little bit dry. So you're going to have to excuse me for a minute. And as you can see, I'm going to take the mask off, because I'm going to drink by myself. Yeah, and I'm on the stage. I'm 5 meters away from everybody. Oh, lovely. Hang on a minute. I've undone myself. I can't hear myself, Shanaz. Mr. Amresh has stuck something in my ear. Hang on a minute. There we go. Sorry, Peggy. Sorry, Joanne. I guess you guys can still hear me down at the ICCA?
Yes, we can, Andy. We can hear you.
Loud and clear.
Good. I hope you're not nodding off, Alan.
No, he's not nodding off. He's on his toes, and he's ready for the next part of his show.
No, excellent. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go down and have a look at the some of the displays. We're going to have a bit of a walk around. Yeah, so I've got my partner in crime down there. I've got the cameraman 1, cameraman 2, a bit like bananas in pajamas, B1 and B2. And we're gonna walk around for a good couple of minutes. I'm gonna have a look at my my schedule in front of me. Sorry, as I bend down, you can see the top of my head that has got no hair on it, a bit like my cameraman. You know, at least I've got more hair than he has. Where are we now? So let's go and have a look at registration. So we're going to walk around now to about 9:40, and then we're going to flick back over to Shanaz and to Joanne and Chef Alan down at the ICCA, where they are sitting in a studio. I mean, it's quite an amazing setup that Sanjay Raja and Shanaz have put on down at ICCA for us. Strategic media partner, fantastic culinary school and hospitality school in Dubai that's been growing for how many years now, Shanaz? 15, 16 years? When you were down in Sharjah?
16 years, you're right. Not Sharjah.
Satwa, sorry.
Satwa. Yes, when you were in Hilton. Chef Tariq was telling me a story about you and him when we started off ICCA. When you're remote.
Don't listen to any story that Peggy tells you.
Alan hasn't told me any story yet. Probably.
No, but the setup you guys have done, I mean, elevating the school from those early days in Satwa to where you are down at Knowledge Village, to expanding the school 3 years ago, building that new kitchen and that new area. I mean, unbelievable. And then to go into the setup, I mean, here we have, if you zoom over there, you've got a whole table and a whole array of bits and bobs. I've got something in my ear, I've got something in my pocket. You know, we've got cameramen, we've got 3 cameramen, we've got, what's his name, waving. Yeah, he's telling the chef to get out of the way so we can see him. But it is quite an amazing setup that we've done. And that's, again, a lead up for us as the Emirates Culinary Guild. If we can do this successfully with great partners, we're going to work towards 2022. We're on the 30th of May to June the 2nd. We actually run our Congress, and we'll keep touching base on the Congress, the World Association of Chef Societies Congress that we are hosting in Abu Dhabi next year. And we'll talk around that a little bit as well as we go through the days. So I'm going to walk down the stairs. I'll carry this just in case, in case we bump into someone of interest, which I'm sure we will. And I think if we just look around the room, cameraman 1, I mean, you know, the chef's looking at everybody else's piece. Yeah, we've got chefs in black hats, we've got chefs with no hats, but we've got all chefs with masks, which is a good thing. Yeah. And what we've done in the room to ensure that we have a good social distance, to make sure that we have a good spread of the tables. You can see that there's 1 or 2 pieces on some tables. There's been a few pieces. That have been put next to each other, but the chefs are standing away. If they're in small groups is fine, but then we're going to ask them to move away as well. And these little protocols that we're going to go through are very important for the industry and to get the people used to these things. I mean, in Dubai and the UAE, we've been very stringent on our mask wearing and some of these protocols. And it's great to see that everyone is abiding and everybody is doing what we all have to do to keep ourselves safe. So let's have a little look at what we've got. So today we've got the first day of static displays, as we call it. And this is where chefs prepare their items in the hotel or restaurant or at the Emirates in-flight catering. And they bring their pieces early morning, set them up, and then the judges will come around. So many of the pieces, there's very specific rules and regulations. There's very specific guidelines that they have to follow. And not only do they follow it as the competitors, but it's important for the judges also, because the judges all have their little bit to do, which is called giving them a gold medal. We want everybody to get a gold medal, yeah? And when the judges judge, they always judge against the standard. They don't judge against each other. You know, they don't judge that this guy's better than that guy. It's the piece. Yeah, and there's things that the judges look at. So today we've got, what, 4 beautiful wedding cakes, as we can see. We've got chocolate carvings. Chocolate carvings, it's got to be made from a solid. But then we also have what's called open showpiece. Yeah, so there's a difference between some of these pieces that we'll see spread around, that some are pure chocolate, some are mixed media, so that you have a different display, you have different techniques used. And when you're doing artistic work, you really have to know as a judge how to do it. Because the artists and the pastry guys that we have in our country, we're very lucky to have some grandmasters. And these guys go to Germany, they go to the World Cup, and they bring back gold medals with distinction. That means 100 points, flawless. And so we're very lucky to have that caliber of chef within the United Arab Emirates. And we're very lucky as the Emirates Culinary Guild to be able to support them as well. And now we've got 3 of our top pastry chefs or pastry masters, artistic guys, who are actually now becoming part of the judging process. So if we have a look at a couple of the wedding cakes, yeah. So when the judges look, they look for presentation. They look, will the future wife be happy? Yeah. I mean, and that's, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into a piece like this that we're looking at. We've got little handmade swans. You've got the little hand-carved picture in the back. You've got the flowers. You've got the filigree work. You've got all this fine work that has taken hours or days. Yeah, and what we also do, it's a 3-tier cake. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3 tiers. Traditional, very nice. The bottom layer is actually real cake. So part of the judging process, the judges will actually cut the cake, and it'll form part of the judging process. Yeah. Then we have another one, which again is 3 tiers. Yeah, and it's the creativity of the chefs, how they come up with, how they interpreted a 3-tier cake. Yeah. Because especially in our country, we're very lucky to be challenged by the Emirati brides and to be challenged by some of the Indian brides that get married here, big weddings, lavish affairs. And we're very lucky that our chefs are able to adapt from a very traditional to a more modern. And so the judges have to take all that into consideration as well. And that's where it's very difficult for the judge of what and how to judge. That's what, it's always against the standard. So there's the pieces, there's the work, there's the flavor of the cake, but in the wedding cakes, it's the actual work experience. Yeah, and how much detail has gone into the cake, how much work has been done by hand, because that's very important. So another layered cake here as well. Again, 3 cakes, 3 completely different designs, different themes. And that's what the brides are looking for as well. That's why many of the hotels and pastry shops, they carry such a catalog. And then what, of course, many of the brides, the young ladies, they bring pictures from around the world. So our chefs are able to adapt to global influences and global trends. And I think with having over 200 nationalities living and working together in the UAE, that's where we're quite lucky that we're able to get that done. A bit of noise in the background because one of the chefs is testing his machine because the cake decoration boys have just started. So we then have, you know, and then a very colourful piece, you know. So if you're a bride and you walk into the room, you see this one, you're very happy, you know, the bright colours. And the theme is all about, what's the theme? Love forever. And it's beautiful images. And, you know, there's quite a lot of work that's gone into this cake. You've got the flowers, you've got the figurines, you've then got the paintings. So the artists, you've got the handmade swans again. And you've really got a lot of work, and this piece will take quite a bit of time to judge. Because the judge is going to have to look at everything, from the little man on the top playing his cello, down to the bride, down to the groom, having to look at the paintings, having to look at all the fine work that's been done. And this one will take some time to judge as well, because the judges will be a minimum of 4 judges. And then they'll discuss, they'll talk, they'll look, and then they'll really start to get into the fine detail. So if we zoom in, you know, we can see the work on the rosebuds. With the rosebud is still there, the petals are just opening, but then you've got a fully flowering rose here. Then you've got Madame with a lipstick on and she's all in her finery. And then you've got the young man coming to whisk her away and he's carrying his little rose. And you look at the proportions. He's even giving you a thumbs up. Look at that, thumbs up. He must be from Malaysia, KKL. Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. So yeah, thumbs up. He's given thumbs up to his future mother-in-law, maybe. Yeah, that he's turned up. But yeah, so these are the things that the judges are going to have to look at. Yeah, and then they have to switch, and they have to come and look at a piece like this. You know, so the judges are going to have to understand and think a little bit about what the chef has created and what he's looking at. For me, I look at this, I see it's Mexican. Day of the Dead. Yeah, these masks, and that is very, it's Mexican theme, but then he's also done a triple X on the side, so this could be a bit of Van Diesel or something, you know. So we also have to understand the softness of the butterflies. So there's so much detail that the judges then have to work out what the guy is thinking and what the pastry guy has actually got in his mind, yeah. And then looking at the detail, if you look at the details, the nuts and bolts, and then the decoration, all the little rivets, little handle here on the nuts, thread on the bolts. I mean, this is really sharp, yeah. Then we maneuver over here. So then you go from a Mexican skull theme to a very traditional carving, the eagle, you know. And the judges are then, they're going to be really looking at the fine detail. Yeah. They're going to want to know the proportion is correct, the beak is the right size, the eyes are looking correct. And then it's just the head, so that's fine. But then what is it sitting on, and is there work being done there? And then you move to the next piece. Whoops. Let's go over to have a quick look at the horse. We'll all wave at Chef Uwe, the president of the Culinary Guild. All waving, Chef. There's Chef, all waving. Chef Ilkin, all the way from Azerbaijan. David Arnold, one of our guys. David was here bright and early. I was teaching him how to do the registration. So then we have a look at, you know, what have we got, you know? We've got a horse, but what more have we got? And then the judge is going to look, oh, we've got a boot. So it's a bit of a cowboy theme. Then we've got a little bit of a lantern. We've got the reins coming down. We've got the beautiful hair of the horse, the shape. And then we've got the cowboy boot. So again, a different look and a different, completely different techniques used between each three. We've got a few more minutes before we have to cross back over to Joanne and Al. We'll just have a look at, as you can see, hive of activity in the back there. We have all our supporters with us. We have preponderance of sponsors, which is great, and we're going to go and chat with them. If we have a look at this piece, this is really cute, yeah. So mother, child, inquisitive look on the face of the little baby monkey. The mother going, oh my God, resting her hands on her face, and then say, "Wish she'd get off my back." But you know, again, the judges are going to be looking. This is mother, child, proportion, the detail, the expression. And so those are all the things that the judges are going to be looking at. And then we go over to some of the showpieces. You know, if we look at this one, this is real, this is a diversity piece. We've got the girls in action, yeah? We've got the ladies. The ladies are in action. We've got the images. Are they characters out of a game? You know, so the judges can't be old like me. They've got to be young to understand that these pieces have possibly come out of an anime or out of a gaming situation. So they have to be able to interpret this as well. You know, and what, you know, would you put this on your buffet? You know, because this is another thing that the judges look at. Is it acceptable to go onto the buffet? 100%. You know, you put this on a buffet for young kids, you know, the 10 to 15 or the 10 to 45-year-olds, whoever does gaming these days. But this would be a beautiful showpiece for a birthday party or for a girls party, you know, that, you know, you got so many different activities for the young people, and especially the last 12 months where so many kids have been inside. Is this representing something that the kids today will actually connect with? Yes, they will. Why? Because they play games, they're gaming, they're online. But then also the judges are going to have to understand that as well. And then you've got to look at the faces, look at the ladies, look at the size of the hands, size of the feet. Yeah, are they made in proportion? Yeah, there's some beautiful detail there. You got the eyeliners, you got different colors in the eyes. Yeah, so see the eyes, they're three different colors. Yeah, they're not all a copy and paste. Yeah, and then you've got the whatever you call these things. Not legs. You know, the little apparatus and the accoutrement for the gaming people. So again, detail. We have another lovely piece over there. What we're going to do, we've got 1 minute. We're going to have a quick look at one of the bread showpieces over here. So we've got bread loaves and showpieces. And of course, this is what we want to see. We want to see chefs taking photographs. We want to see the sharing of knowledge. And that's another thing that we do for competitions. If we can share knowledge and if we can get young guys to actually come, look at what the others are doing, this is how they'll learn, yeah? This is Chef Peter. Chef Peter is one of our judges. He's been in the city for a long time. He's now with the tourism school at the Dubai Tourism Commerce Marketing. So we're gonna catch up with Peter a bit later on, because the Dubai Tourism Commerce Marketing School is really pushing the Emiratis, the young Emiratis, and they're also developing their programs. So Peter's going to give us some interesting insights a little bit later. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, we switch back over from the Radisson Blu Deira Creek to ICCA, to the lovely Joanne and Alan for the breakfast show with Joanne and Alan, or Alan and Joanne, depending how you want to say it. And we'll see you back very soon. Thank you. But I'm also standing with our next guest for the morning session, Mr. Sanket from Masterbaker. Masterbaker, a long time partner.
We have been, yes. We have been, Chef, yes.
So, Sanket, tell us a bit about who Masterbaker is, who this young man is, and who this fantastic Chef Dimara is here, and Mr. JK, and what is it that Masterbaker do, but also what's your involvement with the Emirates Culinary Guild in all these years?
Sure. First of all, good morning to everyone. And I'm sure this is going to be a wonderful event as ever. A new guild event, new Salon Culinare, but I see it the same. People have been so excited. We are excited. We are being part of Salon Culinare for, I remember, 15 years and maybe more, as Masterbaker will be more from the beginning. With us, we also have JK. He is heading our sales team. We have Chef Bimal as well. And I have Chef Andy.
And myself. himself is here.
He is.
No, fantastic, Sanket.
Yeah. Talking about Masterbaker, Masterbaker Marketing FZ CEO has been into bakery and pastry ingredients business for more than 25 years. We set up a whole range of bakery and pastry ingredients for all our chefs from all across the world, from Germany, from France, from Switzerland. So it's more about bringing all the ingredients from the world to Dubai.
Excellent. I mean, Masterbaker has been with us forever since Mr. Ronnie.
Of course, Mr. Ronnie,
came
the
in. Mr.
founder,
Ronnie was
yes,
a great
founder
baker
and CEO.
himself.
Yeah.
So the company has great history, not as a sales company, but also as a bakery company. Yeah, and understanding bakery and understanding cake and understanding what chefs and cooks, bakers, pastry chefs really need. And that's what the Expo Culinaire is about. It's bringing the entire industry together, and supporters like yourself and sponsors. It's great that you focus on a broad range of products for the entire kitchen. But today we're going to be looking at, what are we going to be looking at?
Today the categories that we are going to talk about is our bread display, the static bread display. We have cake practicals live, and also the petit fours.
So let's go for a bit of a walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful table of ingredients and and some good samples here of what chefs can expect from Masterbaker. And log on to the website of the Emirates Culinary Guild, and you'll be able to get all the information about companies. We have our great magazine called the Golf Gourmet, and our contact details of all our partners are in there. And Tunkat and Mr. JK and his chef are always available for chefs to come down to the Radisson Blu over the next 2 days, and then to have a look at what they've got to really offer. So it's great.
Definitely.
So we've just kicked off the practical cake. So what is practical cake about? So I'll talk a little bit about that. Practical cake is where we give 2 hours for the chefs, the pastry chefs, and the to put together a beautiful cake that they have to decorate, and that's what it's mainly about. It's the cake decoration. They can bring the base of the cake ready, but then what we're actually looking at is the what we're really looking at is the skills that the chefs are going to show, but also what the cakes are done. So some of the cake mixes that you carry, Sankat, I mean, we've got some of the boys have been using them here. What are some of the main aspects of your cake mixes?
So we do have cake mixes and the cake flour as well that chefs use. So there are 2 methods. One is the scratch recipes that chef can use the flour 45 or the basic flour that they require. And then we have spawn mixes as well. We do spawn mixes from US, we do spawn mixes from Germany. And that's the different kind of range that they get. They get a more fluffier spawn, they want a more denser spawn. So that's the range that we can also give to the chefs.
And you also do the training as well, I believe. Tell us a little bit about some of the training that Masterbaker is involved with.
So Masterbaker has been involved in trainings in many ways. One is we have our in-house consultants, the technical chefs. We also have our chefs coming from our principals across the world. Everyone, they do come over. They're all well-known, talented chefs as well. And we send chefs from Dubai to their facilities to experience what exactly the trend and traditions are there in Europe and across the world as well.
I remember when I was chef at the Hilton Hotel here many years ago that Ronnie and the team used to come to our kitchens and to our Jumeirah kitchens we're working for at the moment to train the bakers and the pastry chefs and introduce those techniques.
Exactly. We still are the same. Still we have our chefs coming to the hotels. Still we have, I mean, apart from COVID, but definitely wherever we are required, we are present there. Also now we have introduced our school in JLT, Rishmo Masterbaker, where we do extensive training courses for bakery and patisserie to the chefs locally and the region as well. We want to promote more of the talent regionally.
Fantastic.
That's the idea behind the school as well.
And the Richmond School is open to everybody, or is it only for pastry chefs or only bakers?
So we've got different courses for different skill chefs. We have amateurs, we have to-be chefs, and then we have a professional chef course. So everyone gets a course what they desire to and grow in their career.
And you've got some great lecturers down there. I mean, two of your lecturers used to work with me, and Roland
Yeah.
was with me in back in 2003, I think.
Exactly.
You know, and I saw on Instagram, you know, Roland was giving a little demonstration on
Yes.
Instagram. And he says your bread's got to be 96 degrees.
The
you know?
temperature
I mean, the
is- yeah.
temperature. So it's all that science, and it's all that those things that the chefs can do. And who's your lady chef? She was with us as well, I believe.
Yeah,
in Jumeirah at one
Chef
stage.
Christiane.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
been around a long time. Yeah,
She has been. She's been to Jumeirah, the Hilton, the Versace. So both of them are very talented chefs. They've been here for more than 20 years, and their experience goes above a lot.
And I think
So,
that's
yes.
that's great as well. You know, that you have industry professionals teaching the future of the industry.
Exactly.
You know, they understand kitchens, they understand everything, and that's so important in education. That these chefs that you have working there, these master pastry chefs and bakers, they're able to really give their heart and soul to your students. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah. That's
So as we
sure.
can see, we've
Yeah.
got the guys are now preparing their garnishes. And if we move down the tables, so what we do, we allow the the chefs to bring the
ingredients that they
ingredients
have,
ready, or
yes.
the cake baked. Thanks, Sanket. Yep. And then it's up to the chefs how much work. And you see, you've got the judges. So we've got the judges walking around. We've got Martin Colbold, we've got Chef Hossam, we've got David Soson from Qatar. So they're our main world chefs judges. So they're going to be the ones that are going to be looking at the techniques. And I'm just hoping that this young man is going to.
His glazes.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna look at the glaze now. Here we go. So we've got the black glaze going in. Now he's got a little aqua.
Yeah.
So let's see how he does this. So
I'm
this
looking
could be-
forward for a nice marble.
So the marbling, yeah.
Yes,
And what
it
else would
looks
we
nice.
look for when we're doing the glaze properly?
The shine, of course, definitely the shine is a big role player for the cake. Also, I see chef has got some chocolate work done over there, so it may be his chocolate glaze as well, or the ganache, what he's used inside.
I hope we're not making him nervous.
Now, I wouldn't want to do that.
So now he's adding that aqua color into the black. So let's see what we're going to do. As you can see, we've spent nearly 10 minutes just watching this one guy. You know,
Yeah.
there's so much to take in, and that's what the judges have to look at as well. And this is technique, yeah.
Definitely.
And that's what they want to be watching. You see Chef Hossam down there is really paying attention to how the chefs are working.
Yeah.
Now it's not an ideal situation for the chefs. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. You get a close up now, cameraman. Here we go. On with
There is
that.
a nice marble flow starting.
So the shine is there. And we can see that the other color is coming through now. So chef is just pouring it off carefully. So he's blended the two colors in,
Yes.
and he's going to sit there and just pour that slowly. We're going to come back. We're not going to make chef any more nervous than he already is. We've got a couple of minutes left. We'll just walk down quickly down the I'll watch the carpet, boys. Got to protect chef's ballroom. We don't want to be.
And that's
We don't
the
want to
chocolate
be,
decoration going.
Yeah, so he's going to do his chocolate decoration. We've got the first guy, he's got his first layer on. And then we've got the judges are running away. I don't know, we've scared them off, Sanket. Yeah, we've scared them off. Yeah, Chef Hossam from the
Hello.
from the Egyptian Chefs Association. He flew in last night after sending the 20 pharaohs down the road to the new museum. So we're very proud to have Chef Hossam with us. So we'll nip over here quickly. We'll just have a quick walk down, Sanket. We'll go down and have a look at the bread. So we've got a couple of bread showpieces. And then I think what we'll do later on, we'll come back and maybe have a look at the
More,
petits
yes.
as well. So as we walk, what are the bread mixes and those things that you've
So also, I would like to introduce the vegan part of the story that we have. So we are creating a whole range of breakfast for the hotels where we have vegan mixes coming for the breads and for the cakes. You wanna explain some? Yeah, definitely. And one of the big. I'm sorry. First thing, Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
a good reminder there. But yes, the bread mix is one of the mix that we carry is Craft Corn, which is the star and has been in the region for more than 20 years. We've
I
been
remember,
sponsoring
yeah.
the event throughout and it's a bread mix from CSM, Germany. We also have a range of flour from Schaffenmühle, which is 55, 45, and also rye flours. So yes, there is a whole range. We've got more than 20, 25 mixes across from, with seeds, without seeds, with Mediterranean taste, for ciabattas, focaccias, baguettes,
Fantastic.
and it's maize. Yeah, there is a whole range which can bring you healthy breads, let's say.
And on the vegan thing, I guess it is going to become more and more important for
Yes.
hotels, restaurants, for everyone. It's a movement. It's not just a fad. It's going to be a way of life, a
Future.
choice, I guess, for people to make. So what are some of the vegan products that you've introduced?
We will be launching vegan mixes. We have vegan sponge mix. We have a vegan cake mix, the bread mix as well coming up. We have vegan cream coming up.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be whole complete breakfast section.
So when you talk Masterbaker, we've talked about importing the grains. We've talked about importing the European style things. What do you do actually here in Dubai? Is there a facility that we produce as well for the market as well, or is it purely the mixes and those sort of things?
We are more into promoting our customers. So we work with our customers. We develop a range of finished product. That's a range that we carry with us now, looking at the situation. So we work more with our customers, get them more business. So we are a link between the hotel, hospitality, or Horeca and the industrial manufacturers. So
Okay.
we do link that ways. But yeah, as we don't have a facility ourselves, but we do have a range where we work with various of our customers and develop a range for the hotels or the restaurants or the caterings.
Yeah, so really, making sure that top quality product
Reach everyone.
being delivered, giving the support through training, having your own school at Richmond, super important. And then being able to give the young chefs the opportunity that you've been giving them for over 25 years with the Emirates Culinary Guild, and that is by being our great supporters.
No,
And,
definitely.
we
It's
can
our
only
pleasure.
thank you and the full team of Masterbaker for
Sure.
this great support. Over around 20 years, I think Masterbaker has been with us. I mean, from the very early days of the guild, we even introduced the bread, loaves, and showpieces class, where we looked at that together. We developed that together as a team.
Yeah.
And that partnership and that great joining of hands with the industry, we really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's
Gentlemen,
a pleasure.
great to have you down here
Thank
at the
you.
Radisson Blu Dubai. Great to have you as part of Salon Culinare. Great to have
It
you as
is our
part of
pleasure.
Expoculinaire Virtual. And we're going to come back today or tomorrow to have a look at those Petites
Again,
as well.
yes.
And we'll have a look, because it is important that we get to the people to have a look at what they have been doing. And many of our viewers around the world, they've come to have a real close-up of this and to see what the chefs are doing. But thank you, gentlemen.
Definitely. Thank
so
you.
good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
It's a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thanks for your
Thank
help.
you.
So, Shanaz, over to you and Joanne and Alan for another rest so I can have another lie down. Speak soon, guys.
Thank you.
So you could have 10 gold medals at all. It just depends, And as you've been watching the judging of the wedding cake, you can see that the chefs had to do tasting. I'm just going to grab hold of, do we have that handheld microphone, guys? We're going to grab hold of David Soson. David Soson is the president of the Qatar Chefs Association, and he's going to hold the microphone close to his mouth, and he's just going to talk to us a little bit about what you look for.
You catch me testing, huh?
Well, you tasting. Tasting's very important, chef.
We are looking basically at the finesse of the cake, how, for example, the flowers are done and which are nearly to the reality, because they are all normally handmade. And we are looking at the size, the proportion, as well as the taste of the cake, which is very, very important. We look at the recipes, and we also see if it is close to the reality for a restaurant or for a wedding, if it can be served at that time.
Yeah, this one's quite impressive. You know, it'd be up on a raised table in a wedding hall, so all the guests are going to see it. I think the bride would be happy.
Yes,
saw
very
this
happy.
walking
But,
in, yeah.
but we are also looking at the size, if the size are correct as per the rules and regulation. Here we'll talk a little bit because it's 1 centimeter too high, so we will see. But there is a lot of job done. So
Yeah.
we will discuss together and with a group of judges and decide what we will mark.
I'll leave it to you, Chef. Thanks for that feedback.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, David Soson, the president of the Qatar Culinary Association. And David is running the association since its inception, what, 6-7 years ago now?
Since
Chef?
2014, November.
2014. And I was lucky enough to get up to Qatar when we did a cook-off for the global
For the first one.
the global
The
chef
global
and a little
chef, yes.
salon, and we had some great hospitality in
Good
Qatar.
was the road.
Yeah, good to
Thank
see
you.
you, David. Thank you. Yeah, so as Chef said, you know, they did the tasting. And see, they cut, because, you know, this is part of the criteria. You know, this bit one's got to be real. These are false blanks, as we call them, but the outside work is all edible. So one layer, because we also have to be conscious of food waste. We don't really want to be wasting food. We want to make sure that, you know, instead of having 3 cakes, it's only 1 cake. It is something that we need to consider in this day and age. And as Chef was saying about the flowers, I don't know if you can see, can you get right in close on this one? Like a natural flower, the petals will taper down to be thin. And this rose is really nicely done with the bud. And then you've got this beautiful work here where it's so finely done with the hands. And this is where the pastry artists and the kitchen artists, they really show their skill and their talent. And Chef was saying about proportion, because there's, you know, because they're representing people, you've got to make sure that the hands are the right size, the features of the face are correct, and all these small details are the difference between gold medal and silver medal, or bronze medal or no medal. Yeah, so it's not just, wow, it looks great and it's colorful. That is part of it, but the detail and the work expanded is really what the judges are looking for. As we said earlier on this piece, you've got the flowers, you've got painting, you've got sculpting, you've got baking, which is, you know, at the end of the day, the cake has got to be yummy. And I think that's where this piece is really nice, yeah, because I think he's done so much work, yeah, like the others have done. As we see now, you see the judges together. I mean, there is some discussion, there is some tasting, which is important. I'm going to have to ask a few of them to put their mask on after tasting, but it's part of the judging criteria. And then they will, after they've done that, they'll move away, they'll look at their points. But again, they're looking at that piece. Yeah, it's against the standard. Like they've done here as well, you can see that this one's already been tasted. They've already gone judging process. And then over on the other one as well. So they've taken just a small piece because they don't want to ruin the cake, because we want the cakes to stay here today and tomorrow so people can come and enjoy them. And that's why they just take a small piece out, and then they leave the rest untouched, and then at least the presentation is still there for the other people to come and enjoy. And so the number of judges we have is normally 4, but because we have rookies, we need to train the judges, because to be a culinary judge is not easy, and you have to learn. And it takes a lot of time to learn the details, and each discipline is much different to each other one as well. You know, to judge wedding cakes, you have to understand pastry art, you have to understand baking. Chocolate carving, you have to understand tempering chocolate. You have to understand how the chocolate works, how you can put it all together without it falling apart, especially in an air-conditioned environment. So there's all those touches that you need to learn as a judge. It's not just coming along and saying, oh, I think that's nice. You have to really take your time, and it's training and it's education for judges. And that's where the World Association of Chef Societies has this judging process in place where people apply to be a judge. There's a criteria to become a judge. I'm personally a B judge and have an A judge category. I will never become an A grade category judge within World Chess because I don't personally make the criteria, which is we've participated in a national culinary team at the Culinary Olympics or in one of the larger competitions. So I'll always remain as a B grade judge, which is fine. And I enjoy judging when I get the opportunity around the world. But it is a serious business. And if you're going to become a judge, you really need to commit, because at the end of the day, the competitors are relying on you to judge them fairly and also to be able to give them feedback on how to improve. There's always a great saying from our founding father, Alan Tong: no one will ever complain about a gold medal. They'll always have something to say if they don't get a medal or get a bronze or a silver. So it's important that you as a judge are able to show empathy with the competitors, but also have the knowledge and experience to give them valuable feedback. So now we'll just have a quick look at the cakes are just being finished off. Let's have a look at what the masters are doing. We're going to let ourselves in here, young lady. There you go. You go first. Ladies first. We've got a nice young lady on the camera today. Put our ropes and poles back on. So the chefs are now finishing off their garnishes. They've got their cakes glazed. Here was the one with the black and the aqua colors, so we can see the color combination on chef's glaze. Chefs are now making all their garnishes by hand, which is what they have to do. And then they're at different stages. Our man down here has made his chocolate. So he's got his chocolate pieces. He's made all this here. So he's brought the chocolate tempered. He then was allowed to, then he has to make everything by hand. So now he's got his pieces ready. He's got his cake ready, and he's going to start to garnish his cake. I think they've still got about 30 minutes. Yeah, another 30 minutes until they finish. So we're going to come back and actually see them. So let's have a look at some of the other pieces that the judges are looking at. So we've seen them doing the cakes. We'll wander down this way. We can see our friends from IFCO are here. Rougerie. Our Masterbaker is here. Our Barakat's over in the corner. Thank you very much, Rabi. Rabia is one of our chefs here from the Emirates Culinary Guild. Rabia is running a huge restaurant, one of the biggest Arabic restaurants in Dubai, Mashwa. Al-Mashwa. It's 3 stories high. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
He's a busy man.
Thank you so much.
He's going to be busy in Ramadan and in Eid.
In Eid, yes.
Wallah.
Yes,
Nas katir.
It's 3,000 bags capacity. Now it's because of Corona, so we reduce it, of course.
Okay.
But yes, we hope to see everybody there, and I wish you happy Easter today,
Happy
Chef,
Easter,
and
Chef.
happy
Thank
Easter
you.
for everybody. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
this fantastic competition.
Good to see
Thank you.
Mashkoor. Chef has been with us many years, running one of the biggest Arabic restaurants. So we'll, where's my man with the microphone? So here's a couple of important gentlemen. Where's our microphone gone?
We were just about to start judging.
You're about to start. This is about to start. There's always someone about to start something. You know, I was about to start a new job. Yeah. This is Martin Colbold, ladies and gentlemen. He's the Vice President of the World Association of Chef Societies. And standing with him is the troublemaker from Europe, Alan Hosted from Luxembourg. Yeah. And our old friend Neil, who's works down with Barakat, who's one of our very, very first sponsors and supporters. So I'm going to ask Martin, just to, as chairman of the judges, what's important for him to be talking to the judges about, but also about to the competitors, and how do you brief the judges on what they should be doing?
Well, firstly, thanks, Andy, for having us here today. It's
Pleasure.
It's a mind-blowing event. It's fantastic and it's really good. So basically, I mean, what are we looking for? I mean, what I'd say to the judges, that they obviously need to be fair. They need to adhere to the rules of World Chefs, because it's a World Chefs endorsed competition. That's first and foremost important. But I think what's important is that the fairness is kept up. And then the feedback to the competitors, I think, is one of the most important aspects of that competition, because that's what brings them back, number one. And it's an educational scenario, because they're not coming here to compete just to win. Yes, most probably they will, but at the end of the day, they want to walk away with something, not only a medal, but they want to walk away with some more knowledge, with more skills, and a motivation to come back next year and do better. I think that's the most important thing. So the feedback, it's crucial that the judges do it properly, and do it with some good, the bad, and the ugly. I normally start with the ugly and then end with the good, because you need to break them down a little bit to give them the bad news, that they made mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, thank God, because we are humans. And but it's important to end up with a positive line, so that they really walk away with some more skills and some more knowledge.
No, that's great. And you've been coming to the UAE number of years, Martin. How have you seen the Emirates Salon Culinaire develop over the years, and compared to something as large as Luxembourg that Alain puts on every 4 years? I mean, Luxembourg, we all aspire to go to Luxembourg with national teams and young teams, the Culinary Olympics. But as a Middle Eastern thing, and you're based in South Africa, what's your feeling about the Emirates Guild's Salon Culinaire and the Expoculinaire as an exhibition over the last few years?
Well, I've been here, I think, 10 plus years now, every year, and it's always an honor to come here. For me, it's always a highlight of the year. I mean, I judge competitions all over the world normally. Okay, this year is different, but in the past, I mean, I did 20, 25 competitions around the world annually. But the Emirates Culinary Guild is always a highlight, because there, for me, that's trend setting for the rest of the world. The standards are absolutely incredible, and the enthusiasm and the efforts the guys putting in there, the guys and the girls, it's just mind-blowing. So it's always, and obviously also the Emirates Culinary Guild always doing a fantastic job, not blowing up smoke your bum today, but it's always, for me, it's always a highlight to come here, because I walk away with a lot more knowledge, and I'm always happy to be able to share that knowledge I gain here in the UAE. It's fantastic. So I always love coming here. This year specifically, I think it's a fantastic event, because it's so important for the global, and what you guys are doing with the social media and that live transmission, what you guys do. I think it's so important, because there's going to be thousands of chefs watching you today and getting inspiration and getting really motivated, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which we're all sitting in the tunnel at the moment. Yeah. And I think it's important for them to see that there is a huge light out there, and you guys are doing a great job, and thank you for that. It's actually fantastic.
Thanks, Martin. Now I'll let you get on, because we didn't bring you here just to talk on social media, my friend.
We brought
you to do some work.
Okay, so let's go judging.
I'll let Alain and say a few words quickly about the World Cup of Luxembourg, and his role in World Chefs is one of our continental directors, chef.
Exactly, I'm a continental director, so for Europe Central, and like we have Germany, we have also France looking for Luxembourg, so many German-speaking countries. And in Europe, competition is really important. We know that the most of the countries who are in Europe are always competing. And in Luxembourg, we are happy. And we also know, like Uwe too, that my heart is in Dubai. My heart is in the Emirates. So also the last time we gave the possibility and also the opportunity to a big number of chefs to participate at our competition. And at the same moment, also by us at school, so giving them the best possibility for preparing for the competition. And then when you see the the quality of the showpieces who are coming, and that's I don't know, I can't remember how many gold medals we had, but I think there was a huge number, and so
you nearly ran out.
Yes, exactly, and there's still some of those statues or of those constructs we still find now, even by us in our restaurant. We still have one standing on the dessert buffet. Also, was at the school, we still have some because the quality is so high. It's exceptional. We had this show with the ice carving where a big team of Emirates was coming, and the quality of the ice carvings was phenomenal. So people still speaking today about this show that was given to us from the Emirates, and so I'm really to have my friends here in the Emirates countries, and also all the chefs that I met over the years. It's like a big family.
Yeah, true. And Luxembourg is one of those special exhibitions where you see the best in the world, and there's nothing better for us as the Emirates Culinary Guild, bringing our young guys over from all over the world. You know, we bring every nationality, from Emirati to Sri Lankan to Indian to Indonesian to English to Australian to German, all from the Emirates to compete under the banner of the Emirates Culinary Guild and under the United Arab Emirates as a country. So it is a great honor for us.
It's also happy, like we have nearly 80 countries coming to Luxembourg, over 4,000 chefs coming to Luxembourg, with 25 national teams where the Emirates were always within the group with inside and always made great results. That's really important to say, really. And I hopefully that also for next year, we are starting now for the organization, and I hope that...
So when's the next one, Chef?
So it's in November 22.
Okay, but, so we haven't got much time. We have to hurry up.
We are working so to finalize the rules and everything that we need. But we know at the moment COVID. We hope that traveling will be normal soon again. But that everybody is hoping that at the moment. And we are now building up the venue, the exhibition, and the competition. And we hope that it will as big as before, because like over 2,000, 3,000 exhibitions are coming, a few thousand chefs coming. It's also really interesting for the country, for us. It's the return on invest. It's really huge. Also for the hospitality business, it's really huge. And we have to come back to normal life. And so hopefully next year, it will be normal again.
We look forward to it, Chef, and we hope that the United Arab Emirates will be there and the Emirates Culinary Guild, and we'll definitely come to visit. Even if we can't come with the team, we'll come anyway.
Excellent. Thanks, Chef.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Hosted from Luxembourg, Martin and Chef Neil, thank you, gentlemen. I'll let you get back to being the chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a great wrap from the chairman of the judging committee, Martin, and a great insight into one of the greatest competitions in the world. And we were very lucky as the Emirates Culinary Guild to compete in Luxembourg. And we did bring home a lot of medals. And our kitchen artists from all over the UAE, from all different companies and palaces and restaurants, they put on such a show. And then the ice carving event, which is very rarely seen in Europe, our boys did some ice carvings, and there were 7 artists carving at one time. They made this incredible sculpture, and it was something that the people applauded, clapped, and came back the next day to have a look at. So we were very, very lucky to have people like Alan, who supported the country and supported the chefs of the United Arab Emirates so well. Shanaz, Joanne, Alan, I think it's over to you again, guys. And we'll be back here at Radisson Blu Dubai, Deira Creek very soon. Great. I mean, what a guy to have on. Hubert, one of the greatest pastry chefs in Europe. Yeah. And so nice of him to remember Kapila and Achala, who are still with us in Dubai. They compete on the national team. They compete at the Global Chefs Challenge. They've been to Erfurt. They've been to Luxembourg. And they're here today with us being rookie judges because they've won so many gold medals and they've done everything. But it's great that now they're able to start doing the judging and then also to give that vital experience and knowledge to their peers and their countrymen. You know, Achala coming out of Sri Lanka, you know, such talented hands. And with the guys, you know, they're doing such fine work and it's all handmade. You know, there's nothing in a mold for these guys, you know, and if they need a mold, they make the mold themselves. You know, so it is pure artistry what they do. And also for Hubert to come on and speak to us, it's a great honor. Unfortunately, whenever we have our salon, it clashes with Hubert's educational role that he has, and we've missed him for the last number of years, but a great friend of the guild, and thanks Hubert for your time. So let's see, let's go and have a look at the cakes. I was looking for my friend Mr. Shankat Shah from Masterbaker, but he's missing in action. But come on, young lady, let's wander down the beautiful Zabil ballroom of the Radisson Blu Dubai Deira Creek. We're going to have a look quickly at a couple of static displays, and then we're going to, so the chefs are around the eagle's head. Yeah, so there's some good discussion. And you can see the hand gestures, you know, that Chef Atom's doing. He's saying we've got to make sure that it's in proportion. We've got to make sure that it looks as real, you know, and that's one hard thing for the chefs when they're doing life, something that's real. You know, they really have to focus and concentrate. It's not easy to produce something like this out of chocolate. And that it's good that the judges give such time to each piece as well. So as we stand by for the cakes, so we've got the, you see the guys are finishing off. I think they've got about 10 minutes left. So the judges are preparing the tables, and then they're going to move their cakes to the front, but there's still some work to do. So let's have a look at a couple of the pieces that we've got over here. So we've got some lovely pastry work. And remember that all this needs to be able to be served into a restaurant. That's one of the criteria that chefs look at. We also have a look at the position of each dish here, and make sure that there's different methods of preparation used, because even though it's 4 plates of dessert, we need to be able to see the different skills that the pastry chefs are able to put in. Some nice sugar work here. We then see a little bit of Arabic influence with the kanafa. We then warm dessert. And as you judge and as you learn to judge, you can pick up the nuances. You can pick up what the chef is trying to portray and what he's trying to do. I'm not too sure who's taken all the recipes away, but there were recipes here earlier, because the recipes are also important for the judges, because the judges need to read the recipes to be able to go through. So here we have a nice 4-course vegetarian meal, for example. So again, the criteria being vegetarian, and the criteria is most important to understand. And the first thing we tell the compete, read the rules and regulations. Yeah, so we're looking at class 10, the magazine, and the Gourmet. There's an old friend on the front, Chris. Chris has been in this part of the world for many years. The Gourmet magazine, you can find it online as well, Golf Gourmet, and it's also on the Emirates site. Have a look. And I think this is important to just touch for a few minutes before we go and have a look at the cake. So we've got a 4-course vegetarian lunch menu. And of course, it's brought to us by Arla Professional, also using Flora Plant, which is one of our new partners for the salon, and Arla Pro have been working with us many years in the Culinary Guild. So it's great to have Arla with us. And so we develop this class for them to highlight their product as well. But what we're looking at is a presented plated 4-course vegetarian menu for one person. Yeah. So one person has to eat all the food. That's one thing we need to look at. It's got to be suitable for lunch in a high-end restaurant. So we want to make sure that it's beautifully presented. There's some different techniques and a good combination. We need an appetizer. Which is up here. We need which has got a little dumpling and a little cherry tomato. The main course, where we've got the main course is wrapped with a little cabbage. It's a sweet paprika marinated tofu, roulade with quinoa and some tomato jam, carrots, parsnips, truffle. Yeah, so that's a nice combination. And then, of course, a beautiful dessert to finish. We prepare it in advance, and that's why it's a static display and presented cold, so it can be hot food presented cold. We don't want to see any meat, of course, it's vegetarian, chicken, seafood, or fish to be used. Ovo-lacto products are allowed, and we've got Lurpak butter also being used in the menu, and that's where it's important that we read the recipe to make sure that the supporters products are being used. We even give a guideline of how many grams to be served to each guest. So we put a 500 to 600 gram of food to be served to the guest. And we want typewritten recipes. So we have our recipes. Now we have a very clear menu board where the judges can read, they understand what's inside. Then if they've got a question, they can consult the recipe. This, young chefs, as a competitor, is the first step. Yeah? Read the rules and regulations. Speak to people that have competed before. Don't try and do something blind, yeah? And to the senior chefs, hold your people's hand. Guide them, teach them. And it doesn't matter if you haven't competed in a competition. Maybe someone in your kitchen brigade has, so they can advise the guys. But you as a senior leader can say, would I serve this in my restaurant? If you can put your hand on your heart and say you're going to charge $15, $20 for a plate of dessert, then that's the first step for you to guide your young guys. And then the finishing. Competition is like anything in the kitchen. We have to train the guys. Yeah, you have a new menu, you have training, you have tasting, very important. You have photographs hung up on the wall so we know how to present it. And so as senior leaders in the kitchen, that's how we can help. Guys that have competed before, help the young guys. If you've won a couple of gold medals already, give your knowledge to another young chap to compete. Exactly what some of our senior pastry artists are doing. They've stopped competing. They're now mentoring and training the younger generation, and they're now learning how to judge so that they can give advice. So that is how the whole kitchen can come together as one team, and the brigade can work exactly for what we do every day in our kitchens, and that is deliver excellent meals onto the guest table. Just remember that this is a reflection of your restaurant, your hotel, and the senior leaders. It's a reflection of yourselves on what your brigade can do. If this was from one of my people, I'd be very proud of this, because I could see this being served in any restaurant. Let's have a look at what's going on now. We've got the final minutes of the cake decoration, which is a Masterbaker class, where we had Shankat Shah was with us earlier, and JR and the chef to have a look. So now the guys have been going 2 hours. Now, one's on the front, two's on the front, two more still going. Now, part of the criteria is 2 hours. So if you got 2 hours, you got 2 hours. You don't have 2 hours, 1 minute. You don't have 2 hours and 5 minutes. You have 2 hours. So that's part of the judging criteria. One of the small things is timing. So I don't know, chef. Are they on time? They're finished. They're finished. He's not finished. So the chefs are being a bit flexible as they have to be, yeah. But of course, the judging criteria to watch, and if you've got a time limit, then you've got to make sure that you're able to finish your work in 2 minutes or 20 minutes or 2 hours, yeah. Just like we are in our hotels, yeah. Yeah. And one movement. You see what chef did there? He picked it up, popped it on the cake. Perfect. Yeah. So he's finished off there. We've got another fellow here just finishing off. Now, part of the 2-hour period is also cleaning up. So you got the young man down here. He's done. he's cleaned up, polished. All his stuff is away. And that's part of the judging criteria as well, that you have to clean up and be ready for judging. So here we have a raspberry and chocolate marquee, layered with chocolate chinoise, red velvet sponge, very popular, lined with hazelnut entrapments. Yeah, so he's got lots of flavour in there. He's got some modern sounding things. Especially the red velvet sponge. People love that. The girls love that, don't they, cameraman, huh? Or camera girl, or camera person. Got to be politically correct. Not too sure about that one, Joanne Cook. What else have we got here? Oh, we haven't got anything on here. Let's have a look down here. So here we have another cake. What have we got here? We've got a little, a cold passion and creme brulee with hazelnut crunch. That sounds good. Remember the criteria is cake decoration, tasting also. So there is quite a bit of points awarding for the flavor and the taste of the cakes. Again, the work expended in 2 hours. The look of the cake, how is the glazing? Is it shiny? Is it bubble free? How clean is the garnishes? How clean is the flour work? How clean is the look and feel of the entire cake? And then, of course, the timing. So I think the judges are missing. Got a couple of the judges here. I'm not too sure where the pastry cookers are. I'll have to send someone off to capture the pastry chefs. So when the judges come through, they're going to have a look. They'll probably walk down and look at each cake, absorb each cake themselves. Then they'll divide into little groups and they'll discuss, and then they'll really look at each one. And then they will go away, mark it, come back to check. They'll question themselves. If there's a question to the competitor, then they're free to speak to the competitors as well. And then they will consolidate their scores. And then we'll see where the medals land tomorrow, because we do an award ceremony tomorrow around 4 or 5 o'clock. Here comes the last one. Make sure it's in the middle, chef. There we go. Good, bravo. So that's our last cake. Yeah. Up to him where the front side is, chef. He's the competitor, not us. So that's again that we have to learn, because we want to help. Yeah, we always want to help, you know, but at the end of the day, the competitors are here to compete, so we shouldn't be interfering or helping. We just keep away and let the guys do as they think best. Because they've spent the 2 hours putting the cake out. Well done. So now they've all finished. Our marshal has declared all done. So now we have to wait and see where our friends, the judges, are. We have some judges. I think they're all having a communication meeting at the back of the room. But yeah, so we've got quite a few judges to judge this one. Of course, led by pastry chefs. So the pastry judges, and then some of the rookies will come down to judge these pieces. And a big thanks to Masterbaker for their support today and forever, and from the past, and hopefully for the next 20 years, if we're still here, But here come the judges now, slowly. I think we've got a few more minutes. You know what we're going to do, cameraman? We're going to nip down and we're going to look at the petit fours quickly, yeah? So we'll let the judges have a look. We won't disturb them. And another class from the petit fours. And we've seen this class really evolve, really come alive over the last 10, 15 years. We've had some really good pastry chefs competing in the petit fours. And remember, petit fours are at the end of the meal. It's just that last little bit of the expression from the restaurant. It's that last little lingering moment that you have as a diner. And if we look at some of these, we're not going to interfere with the judges, but if you're going to have to come and zoom right in, my dear. We have all sorts, yeah. So we've asked for 4 types, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've asked for 6 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. You'd be surprised at how many 5s and 7s you get sometimes, because counting is an important part, yeah. Because you look at the food cost, you look at the work that it takes to do. So in real life, you know, to make these takes a lot of time, yeah. And there's some beautiful fine work. Look at the little chocolate coconuts here, handmade, beautiful, and such fine work. I don't know if you can zoom right in, and you look at how fine the chocolate is. Absolutely beautiful. And what the judges are looking for here, they're looking at size, they're looking at the different flavor combinations, they're looking at texture, they're looking at the different cooking methods as well. So you see you've got a coconut and hazelnut, you've got a raspberry and chocolate mousse, you've then got a caramelized pistachio cream filling cake. So you've got cake, you've showed baking skills, and then you've got macaroon. So you've got 4 different flavors, 4 different colors, 4 different shapes, and 4 different textures. We then look at the showpiece, of course, because that's part of the judging criteria. And then if this little plate here with one of these garnishes was presented in your restaurant, I'm pretty sure you'd be proud as a chef or as an owner, yeah? We'll just go quickly, annoy the cameraman, camera lady, camera person, yeah? Because we just want a quick zoom in. We've got about 1 minute left, I think, before we cut over to the studio. And as we see here, so chefs are taking their photograph. I mean, the great thing about judging nowadays is you got a telephone and you can just take a photograph. When you're sitting by yourself doing your judging and thinking about it, you can refer back to the picture. So Chef Hassan, Egypt, he's out of a wave, so he's off gathering his own thoughts. You've got Chef Ilkun from Azerbaijan there. You've got one of our lead pastry chefs as well. So he's got the rookies. We've got Kapila next to Ilkun, and Kapila is one of the guys that Ilkun was talking about. And then man here is Mr. Achala. That's Achala under that mask. So Achala and Kapila were the ones that were being spoken so highly of by Chef Ubert. So these two, they know how to make the cake. They know how to do the garnish. They know how to do everything. So this is where having these guys involved is so important for the future of the Emirates Culinary Guild, because they are the future of our guild. They are the future of our competitions, our judges, and our executive committee. Back to the studio, Joanne, Taji, see you again soon. As soon as Mr. Amaresh connects his telephone back to Zoom, but anyway, we'll just go on the fly. I won't be able to hear anybody. So anyway, away we go. So back to the 12:20 to 12:40. We start again. Let's go, camera person. camera body. Oh, we're on again. Hang on a minute. Plug me in. Plug me in. Here's the hub of activity over here in the corner of the ballroom, where we have our Nikon guys, our ICCA guys. We've got Mr. Amresh. I need to find the earplug. Here we go. Off we go. Can't hear a thing. No, can't hear anything. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Say something, Pedgy. I think we've disconnected ourselves. The glitch. Anyway, Amresh will follow me about. Okay, off we go. So down to see the, at 12:30, we're going to see the start, we're going to see the start of the second round of cake. Then hopefully there's going to be some sort of vegetable carving happening as well. Not too sure if that's going to actually happen though. We don't see the veg guys. Not too sure where the veg guys are. Here we go. Hang on a minute. Oh, there I am on the telly. Right. Hang on. Mr. Amresh is plugging me in. There we are. Now I can hear you all. Now, good. So the judges, so Rommel, one of our B judges in pastry, he's giving a little bit of a feedback session. So the guys listening intently, which is the whole purpose of the judging exercise, is one, we judge, but also the feedback is most important. So he's got the 3 competitors and he's got, or 4 competitors doing the feedback, which is great. Yeah. And then he'll be telling them what the expectation is, where they've done a great job, where they need to be a little bit more improving, and where else they can, what else they could do within the 2 hours. Now, remember, they had 2 hours to do these cakes with the Masterbaker practical cake class. And now we've got the other guys that are just standing by. So at 12:30, they're going to start. And then Charlie giving some pointers as well on the showpiece, talking about how fine the work needs to be. Make sure that it looks as if it should be on the cake as well. What you have to remember with a cake and a showpiece is the cake's meant to be eaten. So how do you eat the cake with a big showpiece on it as well? So there's all these small details that the chefs will be looking at, but there's some really great work this morning. It looks super. Really, really nice. So we're going to take a walk down to see some other things. So we saw our 4 plates of desserts and we've had a little chat about our vegetarians. I'm just waiting to see where the carvers are, but I haven't seen them. Let's have a little look at some of this chocolate. So we had a look at the horse, we had a look at the eagle. So then we've got some, we had a look at the monkeys. So again, we have another one here. You can see the solid block. Nice facial features, nice nose. Eye shape is good. Just got to make sure it all looks they look the same as well, you know, because you get these slight differences, and that's what the judges are going to be looking at. But lots of fine work. Lots of fine work on the hair, which is great, on the collar of the t-shirt here. The beard, the lips. So it's a nice piece. It looks great. You'd be proud to put that on your buffet. And then we've got around the back as well. So he's done work on the hair. So no, really, really nice. That's a good one. Got a little gnome over here. It's a fun one. Again, it'll be a nice fun piece for a kid's buffet. You know, so these little features are quite nice. He's got big rosy cheeks. Yeah, nice little nose on him. Yeah, beautiful little piece there as well. Got a very clean looking ancient Roman man here. It's a very smooth work as well. You know, to get things perfectly smooth like that is difficult. Yeah. So he's got his eyes, yeah. So quite a job getting that smoothness done all over the face as well. You know, keep it nice and smooth instead of trying to put wrinkles and all that sort of stuff in it. So it's just another technique. Then we have a look over this side. I've got a really good one here. I mean, there's a lot of detail in this piece, and that's what the judges are going to be looking at. This piece has had a lot of work done to it. You see, there's hardly any smooth areas. Every piece is worth the detail. So the detail. If you can zoom in, you can see the crack in the lips. See that one of his tusks is broken. You know, he looks angry. He's so the expression of the piece as well is fantastic. The detail within look at the grading all the way back. You've got very knife marks. Yeah, there's where it's been carved out. You can see where it's been carved. It's precise work. We go all the way down the back. You've got the little toggles in his hair, holding his hair. You've got little in the braids. You've then got this work. Every piece has got work done to it. There's not much smooth chocolate. So even down underneath here, you've got the patterns, you've got carving. Then you come around the back. And even though you've got some smooth work here, but it's all nice and even, so it's very fine. Then there's a pattern, then it's mirrors on the other side. I mean, and if you come right round the back, you know, and if you take a picture from around this side, as you can see, then we move right in close. I'm looking in the back of the camera, so you go right in close, zoom, 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 zoom. There you go, look at that. I mean, that's unbelievable. So the attention to detail in that one, I mean, that'd be an interesting one to judge. I'm sure the judges had plenty of discussion over that one. So then we have a look at some of the showpieces. Here's some fighting going on. Yeah, so another action piece, good fun piece on a brunch. You know, the work on the animal, of a better word, is quite good. He looks angry. Madam's about to spear this bloke in the head. This bloke's about to spear this poor bloke down here. But again, so he's falling down. He's ready, and at least he's looking at him. Yeah, and he's looking up at him. So all these sort of things that the judges will look for as well. And then the young lady on the back of her wolf or whatever it is with a drawn bow, she's ready to pop him off. Nice little detail, hair, eyelashes, nice little work on the bow. So yeah, nice piece as well. Good to see the pastry artists really getting into it this year as well. Not easy, these pieces. Got to make sure they all stand up and they survive the trip from wherever it's come from. One of the other things we do is the static display of vegetable carving. We always seem to have a pumpkin, a bit like Halloween. So you got a much more traditional style of carving. You see a lot in Thailand. Again, beautiful, fine work. On a board, it'd be lovely to see. You know, you got these little pieces of the skin left on to give the colouring, give the contrast. Very fine work in the middle. Nice fine work on these pumpkins. This very traditional work. Nice and clean cuts. You've got nicely, no knife, how would you say, smudges or whatever. It's nice, clean, sharp knife, clean utensils to actually do the work. Nice little buds coming through. So it's some good technique there. We have a little dragon bird here. Again, something that's been that's had a lot of work put into it. So you got to make sure that you look at piece has to be carved. You don't want to see a lot of uncarved work on cards. but all this has got a lot of detail in it. A lot of work has gone into the piece. And then we should have a couple of boys that were doing live vegetable carving. Hopefully we'll be able to see them a bit later on. What else have we got up here? So as we move to class 23, I think this is our vegan class. I have to get my rules and regulations out. Even the chairman needs his rules and regulations. Yep, class 23. So this is our 4 plates of vegan dessert by Flora Plant. And this is one of the 3 classes that the best pastry chef needs to enter. First time we've done such a class with just purely vegan theme. So the vegan is going to be a mainstay of competitions. Within the World Association of Chef Societies, we have Cornelia Bellino, who drives the vegan movement within World Chefs. She's our Secretary General. And the vegan part is very important for her. We have judging criteria that we follow for vegan. And we have vegan competition seminars as well now. And I think we're going to see more and more vegan work come through across the work of the competitions. It'd be great to see a practical cookery coming in with vegan as well. But this is quite nice. Got pistachio, lavender, honey cheesecake. Yeah, vanilla panna cotta. So we've got lots of different products being used, and especially from Flora Plant, where we made sure that the vegan cream and vegan was being used as one of the ingredients within the class. So that was part of the judging criteria. We've got a very nice little dessert up here. Look at the beautiful fine chocolate work there. Beautiful, nice portion sizes. Again, we want to see a different cooking methods. We want to see different textures. So we just don't want to see all hot desserts. We have to see a nice combination. Of course, we want them to be presented nicely. We want to be able to see them as being served in our restaurants at the end of a beautiful meal, to be a lasting impression. Some beautiful little chocolate here. Some really good work. Looks like a little a mango ravioli with coconut sorbet there, and then looks like it's got a little side sauce to pour in as well. So a little bit of action for the service to be involved. So some really nice vegan dishes from Flora Plant, and we thank them for their support on the competition as well. And then over here we have our class 9, and our class 9 is our 5-course gourmet or gastronomic. So we're just going to read the rules on this one a little bit. So it's a gastronomic creation. Yeah, gastronomic creation, 5 plates. So we want to make sure that it's beautifully presented, correct portion sizes. And of course, this is brought to us by US Meat Export Federation, who have been a partner of the Emirates Culinary Guild for many, many, many years. And we're glad to see that everybody is presenting the beef nicely. We mandatory made the use of US beef. Must be in the must be used in the presentation of the class. It can be put into any of the courses. Can be the main course or the appetizer. Maybe not the dessert, but at least in the appetizer or the hot appetizer or the main course, we would expect to see the beef. Again, it's hot food presented cold, and so on the hot food presented cold, to make it look and last nicely, we do allow a slight glazing of gelatine. And gelatine work is an art. Gelatine work needs to be practiced. You need a good recipe for your gelatine, and you really need to take time to gel each piece. because the judges do look at the gelatine, and we do need to practice good gelatine work, because the better your gelatine work, the better your dish will present. And if it's made properly, it'll hold up nicely in the temperatures of AC. So we see some nice dishes here, some lovely combinations, some good glazing work as well. One of the things the judges would look for is the shapes. Yeah, you could see that some of these are similar in shape, so there would be a question around the judging, about the shapes presented as well, and the amount of similar textures. So we want to make sure that, again, we show the judges different skills, but nice portion size, good color. And of course, we look for the non-repetition of ingredients, especially along the back, the cold starter, the hot appetizer, and the main course. And then beautifully cooked meat as well. Very important to show the meat cooked. That's a beautifully cooked piece of beef. Yeah, very, very nice. Could even be a bit of veal, that one, bit of US veal, but very nice. And again, down here, you've got a good combination. Lovely little dessert. Nice, a very nice, sweetly presented soup as well. And then you got your appetizer, your hot appetizer, your cold appetizer. So the gastronomic creations, they are important to present beautifully. We want to make sure that they are really presented well, because that is gastronomic cuisine. It's fine dining, and we want to make sure that the judges see a beautiful presentation. They also see beautiful dishes, and of course, that's what we want to present to our guests as well. So as we take a quick look around the room, if my camera body, she can spin around, we see all the chefs chatting, talking, looking. We see the judges pointing out the small details, and a great start to the 24th running of the Emirates Salon Culinaire and the virtual Expoculinaire. Great to have the guys from ICCA down in the studio, the strategic partners that are beaming us around the world. And now we're going to cross over back down to Alan and Joanne. I think we're bang on time, and we'll join you again back in the ballroom at the Seville ballroom at Radisson Blu, Dubai, Deira Creek. And off we go. Are you there, Alan, Joanne? They're sleeping. They're sleeping.
Never sleeping, never sleeping.
How are we doing down
Never
there?
sleeping, always eating, Andy. Never sleeping.
Tasting, very important, madam. Who have you got on the line next? Who's coming in?
Well, actually, I believe that the next interview is actually coming from Radisson Blu.
Excellent.
So, this is Sanket Shah, but we'll be playing a video before then.
Okay, so let's cross over to the video and let's have a look at. Let's get us back, and I'll have to dig out Mr. Sanket Shah for you.
So here we are back live. I'm joined by Mr. Jayakrishnan. Welcome to Expoculinaire Live.
Good morning and happy Easter.
Oh, thank you very much. Happy Easter back to you too.
Thank you.
Could you please explain the role that you have in the company?
Okay, myself, Jayakrishnan, I'm the sales head of Masterbaker, and I've been with the company for 12 plus years now.
Masterbaker is certainly a name that's been connected to the Emirates Culinary Guild for many, many years. Have you been with them from the beginning of this association?
Since I've been here, yes, but I think Masterbaker has been a bit more longer than that, since day one, since the guild was there.
And what benefits do you feel that that Masterbaker get from such a close association with the guild and the Salon Culinare?
I think we look for benefits getting closer to the chefs, because there is no other platform which is better than this to explore more. And being with the chef, we get new ideas and the way forward.
And so you like to reach out to young chefs. Is there a particular message that you'd like to share with the young chefs out there today?
What we would like to share our advices is, this is challenging times, and you can invest in yourself for a better future, because there is no now it's the better time.
It's a very challenging time, and we hope very much that this time next year that we'll all physically be able to gather, network at Expoculinaire as well as the Salon Culinare. But I do think that without support from companies like yourselves, like Masterbaker, that it's instrumental in continuing to make things happen, which we really appreciate. What do you think the outlook is for 2021 for Masterbaker?
For Masterbaker, we always go with the chefs, as I said. So anything that happens in the industry, we'll try to make it better, because we have our associations with our suppliers from around the world. So our learning is also international, which can be passed on to the region.
And do you have chefs that work in-house as well within Masterbaker?
We have a full-time chef with us for technical consultants. At the same time, we have our school, which is based in JLT. It's called Richmond Masterbaker, for helping the chefs as well as for us as well.
Yes, we're looking forward to receiving some knowledge and wisdom from your school in our education and training sessions. Again, Richmond Masterbaker has been a founding education partner for Expoculinaire. So education is certainly something that we think is important. So how exactly do you tie in with the school?
Our tie-ups, this is our association with the Richmond University back in Lucerne, Switzerland.
Yep.
So this is only one in the world which they have given the right. So we are fortunate to be associated with them.
So outside of Switzerland, this is the only this is the only other school with the association.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
So the attendees to the school, are they professional chefs, or is this open to a wider set of students?
There are different courses depending upon the the timings. Even the chefs can enhance their skill. At the same time, anybody can enroll, but it depends upon the courses which is happening that time. The details are on the website, and if they want to give a call and inquire about that, we are all open.
I'm assuming, of course, that the main ingredients used at the school must be coming from Masterbaker.
It's not that case, because the school has all the rights to do, on their part. So we are just one of the supplier, and at the same time, the idea of the school is all, back in olden days, using scratch recipes and all those things.
But one would assume, through your association, that your ingredients are used because they reach the right professional standard within the school.
Definitely, we are one of the suppliers to them. At the same time, there are renowned brands in the region as well, which the school is going ahead and doing purchasing from them as well.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Is there any other message that you'd like to put out there to our online audience? Bearing in mind, of course, that unlike previous years, we have a global audience. We have people from far and wide who perhaps haven't been as exposed to Masterbaker as in the local market, where without question, we expect to see you strong and big wherever we see you.
Message as such, we don't have nothing to the mind as such, but let's pray the world will be a better soon, like we have been enjoying last more than 1 year back, what it used to be. And the pandemic and everything situations just ease out very soon.
Those thoughts and wishes are something I think that they're echoed by us all. So, and are much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining us. It's really always a pleasure to be working with Masterbaker, and we look forward to continuing that relationship with you in the future.
Definitely. Thank you very much for this opportunity. At the same time, it is our pleasure to be associated with the guild from day one until now. It is going on, and we will continue our association going forward as well.
That's great to hear. We have ambitious plans, and we want to share them with you.
Sure. We'll be more than happy to be part of it. Yeah.
Many thanks. Thank you very much. So that was that's us finished with Masterbaker for now. Back in the studio, I do believe we have another session that's going to take place with Mr. Andy on site at the Radisson Blu, where the practical sandwich class is coming up. So that was something that hasn't been featured as of yet. Looking forward to finding out more about the sandwich class. Can we find the chairman is the question. Mr. Chairman. Chef Andy, hello.
We'll come and see you again soon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. JK from our great partners, Masterbaker. Here we are back again. So here's my friend, Mr. Emirates. He's about to stick this in my pocket and stick another thing in my ear. So that's there we go. There we go. I can hear.
There we are. The fun and games of live broadcasting.
Good. Yeah, that's it. On the fly, as we say, Miss Joanne. So we were meant to be having a look at some vegetables, but the vegetable guys have decided they're coming at 3. So the chief marshal, he made an executive decision, which is okay, because what we're going to have a look at, we're going to have a look at a couple of the pieces that we haven't seen. We're going to have a quick look down at the pastry chefs again for the Masterbaker practical cake. And again, next 2 competitors are already in action. And so now they're starting on their 2-hour journey, and we're going to be seeing them make all their garnishes by hand, and we've got all our bits and pieces, and chef is measuring out. He's done a little bit of glazing on his cake already, and then the other chef over here is preparing his garnishes. So we're going to be able to keep an eye on these 2, and we're going to come back and visit them in a minute in the next session. I just want to go and have a look at another couple of static displays again. And we see the chefs are all gathering around. Good interaction with our sponsors. Here we have another one of our open showpieces. So this is quite an interesting piece. You can see the action within this. You got the man swinging the child around. You got these 2 playing. There's mum, dad with the children throwing the ball. So this is quite difficult to actually get done. Even look at the soles on the shoes. Yeah, we see the soles on the shoes there, and our hands are wrapped around. Dad looks as if he's straining a bit. So all those things the judges are going to look at. Let's see if we can. I'll get underneath and have a look and see the expression on the children's faces. Yeah, looking a bit scared. Yeah, looking down at mum on this one. So these are the sort of the things the judges look for as well, looking at the flow, looking at the form. But it's one piece. It's a very nice piece. So we've got the showpieces done. We're going to move down. Oh, the judges are still, where are you, cameraman? There she is. So we've got the judges looking at the tapas finger food. I just want to have a look at this one. You know, whenever you walk past a piece, you then see something that you didn't see before. And I didn't see the dog in the back here. Now have a look at the detail in the dog. He's even got a bit of shine in his eyes. Look at his collar. His ears are pricked up nicely. He's standing waiting to attack like the ladies. I mean, so his little tail's curled at the back. He's got a nice proportion. It's a nice little addition to the piece overall. It's really, really nicely done. And then the last 1 minute of this session, we got the, so we're just going to look quickly. We're not going to disturb the judges, but over here we have the finger food, tapas, canapes. So again, 3 hot, 3 cold. And we want to make sure that they can count. Yeah. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 varieties and 6 of each. So again, very important when we look at that is how to make sure that we present the amount of pieces we need. We learn to count. Use your fingers if you have to, like me. And then the way it's displayed is very nice. There's another one next to it. The portion size is great. And when the judges are finished there, we're going to come back and have a look. So I'm going to cross back over down to ICCA at the studio, where Joanne and Peggy and Shanaz and Sanjay are standing by, and we'll see you again soon. Is that Mickey Kitts I could hear there, Joanne? Can't hear anybody. They've all gone to sleep again.
Oh, we keep our mics on mute so we can hear you speak.
Ah, you keep on mute. Was that Mickey Kitts, was it? From the academy?
It was indeed, it was.
Great lad. Great support. So welcome back. Are we ready? Cool. Welcome back to the Zabil Ballroom here at the Radisson Blu, Dubai, Deira Creek. So as we can see, lots of action down one end of the ballroom. We've got the vegetable boys back. We've actually found them. We've got the pastry chefs are doing their cake. We've had some excitement as we've had some medals come out. So we'll have a quick look. Where are we? I'm just having a look on my sheet. Where I am at 12:20. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Look how late it is. 14:40 already. Is it 2:40? Goodness me! So the judges are judging. The competitors are competing, and some competitors are sleeping. But anyway, bless them. Let's have a quick look here. So here we've got a on the finger food. We have a lovely little silver medal for this one, and then bronze medal for here. So our first couple of medals that have come out. And then over here, this is our gastronomic creations. So we have 3 silver medals. Now remember, when the judges judge this one, they look at all 5 plates together. Yeah, so one plate may be stronger, one plate may be weaker, and that's how they judge this one. They don't say, oh, this is really, really nice, and ignore the other 4. No, you've got to look at all 4. So you got silver and another silver medal here and another silver. So three good, strong silvers. And some of these boys are new to the competition as well, so it's great. It's a really good effort. So we're really happy to see that. We're waiting for the judging to come out from our vegan menu. Now, I hope you can see these beautiful dishes, because we've got a little bit of extra light in the ballroom now. So hopefully we're going to be able to get some better looking pictures than we've had before. Let's go down. We'll nip over to the other end of the ballroom as we've had some more jubbly medals come out. And we see a lot of activity with the chefs right down the end, and they're getting feedback from the judges. Now, here we go. So here we have our 4-course vegetarian, and this is really great. So here's the first gold medal for the competition. So we've got a great gold medal that's come out of here. And then the other one is a bronze medal. And what we've said to the young guys is you have a look at the difference between what a bronze medal looks like and what a gold medal looks like. And you can see the work, you can see the portion size, you can see the composition. You can also see how much difference in the presentation of the plates. And it's also important to make sure that, again, we look at all 4 plates. We don't look at just the dessert, because this dessert's really nice. It looks really great dessert. All 4 plates. And then we must make sure that we judge all 4 plates as one. Yeah, we can't just pick up one and say, "Whoa, that's really good." Yeah. So that's some great medals, gold medals. We're still waiting to come out, so we haven't had these ones come out yet. So these are the other class. These are the 4 plates of dessert. So we're just waiting to see medal results from that. We should be able to see that a little bit later on. Let's have a look at what the cookers are doing. So here in the Barakat class of pumpkin. So it's a festival of pumpkin. The way the pumpkin carving works, well, the class is practical vegetable. Yeah, but the boys like to do pumpkins because they can really be creative with pumpkins. It's nice and hard. We allow the guys to pre-peel the pumpkins before they, because we want that done, not to waste their time. They've got 2 hours, and then they start. So they're standing up, and all these are pastry chefs. And then if we come and have a look at what Mr. Rahit is doing, Rahit has been in the country for years. He's a member of the national team. He's one of the greatest kitchen artists that we have in the country. He's working for Mr. Baker at the moment. And Rahit won Best Pastry Chef about 8 times as the Salon Culinare. And he's also traveled to Germany on all the times we've gone to Germany into the Luxembourg competitions. He's gone and he's brought back a minimum of 4 gold medals. When the boys travel, they go with 4 or 5 pieces each, and they enter as much as they can. We transport and send the cargo, and Rahita and the rest of the team, there's a simple mandate: 5 entries, 5 gold medals. And Rahita has been a great supporter of the Culinary Guild, but also he's able to show the young guys, because he's one of the most professional guys we've got. He's a fantastic guy. Well done, Rahita. Good luck. Yeah. And we can see that we have different techniques used by the different chefs. So the chef's preparing a little fish by the looks of things. Rahit is doing a face. So chef over here, he's going to make multiple pieces, whereas Rahita and the other guys are doing a single piece. But it's all what they can do in 2 hours. And I think when we come back, we're going to see some really great pumpkin carvings. So we move down here, and then we have another. What have we got coming up here? Looks a bit like Chef Uwe, doesn't it? Huh? So we've got all 3 boys from Mr. Baker in a row here. Who's working Mr. Baker if you're all here, Chef, huh? Well done. So 3 guys here. We've got another face coming along here. One of our host hotel chefs here from Radisson Blu. 4 have got 2 hours to finish their pumpkin. And you've got to really take your time, think about what you're going to do, how much you're going to be able to carve in 2 hours. Again, it's the amount of carving and the amount of work that you can get done in 2 hours. So we wish the boys that, and we're going to revisit them. We're just waiting for the sandwich class to happen, which is from Rougerie. Mr. Federico is here from Ujiri to get them going. But they'll start at about 3 o'clock, but we'll move back in. We can see here the next 3 cakes that were done. You remember we saw the yellow one. And then this is really nice. The chef has made a little hand-blown swan. Good effort to do that. Nice inside the cake by the look. He's got some crispy, he's got some coconut cream or in there. Very nice. Again, chocolate here. Again, some nice showpieces on top as well. This one must have been good. Look how much the judges have eaten. Yeah, so again, the judges looking at flavor and taste, very important for this one as well. Again, the work that they were able to do in the 2 hours, and all these garnishes and all the pretty things that you can see were all made within the 2 hours from the chefs. So a very, very good, outstanding job. So then what we do, we're waiting for about 3 o'clock. We with our friends from Rougerie with the bread, the sandwich class. We're also seeing the sponsors areas. We've got Arla Pro, we've got Barilla, we've got Flora Plant as well, which is part of Arla Pro. And we've got our lovely table display of Barilla here. We're in the garden of the Deira Creekside Hotel on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be using these beautiful products, and the chefs have got to do the pasta utilizing the Barilla pasta and sauces. Of course, IFCO, firm favorites, firm friends, the good old Rama oil, Pristine products. IFCO have been with us many years. And Mr. Sudhakar Gupta, one of our greatest supporters from IFCO, and now the new team of IFCO supporting as well. And we're really lucky to have all these guys supporting us. We saw our friends from Masterbaker as well, of course. And then if we come through here, we'll have a quick walkthrough of everybody. So, of course, we've got the Barakat guys are still with us. Barakat fruits and vegetables, they were one of the first guys to come on board with us. The founder of Barakat, Mr. JR, he was a great guy. Our great friend who unfortunately passed away in 2019, Chef Mike Wunsch, who was with the Culinary Guild from the 1990-91. And he was the driving force behind the juice and the preparation of the Barakat that you see here. So again, great support from an old friend. And we're so grateful for such people like Barakat that are on board with us. Thanks, guys. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to start with the Rougerie bread class. So we've got Madam cutting up the panettone, or the bambino, or the gamboni, or whatever you call it at Easter time. I can't remember anymore. But anyway, the bambino or the panettone or the mama, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's lovely. Yeah, she offered me 2 big slices. I had 1 slice, so that was enough. Yeah, or it would have been too much emotion. Sugar would have gone through the roof, but we'll have one tonight. Yeah. So we got the guys.
We have some bread that's good
and
for sugar.
The chef is shouting too much only. So we've got gluten-free bread, we've got low sugar breads, we've got a great variety, and the products from the Rougerie along with Salus, it's all through Rougerie and Bake Mart as well. So there's a combination. We've got the Italian supplier here, Federico with Padma. We've got the team from Bake Mart and Bake Mart gluten-free. And if you haven't experienced the Bake Mart products, well, all I can say is you're missing out. Thank you, Chef. And of course, the Arla girls are here. I mean, surprise, surprise, a little bit of Starbucks as well on the side there, and the lovely dairy products. And of course, the Flora Plant products. And we had our class up the end there where we were using the vegan. We had Flora come along with their vegan products. So we had the vegan cream, the vegan butter, and then that was used within the the four-course vegan vegetarian. So it had to be vegan and it had to use the flora plant. So again, Arla Pro have been with us many years, and this time we're promoting the flora plant. Wave to the girls. The plant as well, along with and then we've got our friends with the flora plant and the other items there as well. So a good mixture of people, a great lot of supporters. There's the marshals, there's Arivu all the way from off the island, and they let him off. Yeah, Arivu, another great supporter. Here we have the president of the Culinary Guild, Uwe McKeel. So Uwe's been the executive chef of this hotel forever, nearly. I mean, 29, 30 years. And president of the Culinary Guild is now the consultant to the Radisson Blu Dubai, Deira Creek. And a few words with Chef. We've got a microphone, Chef. So
get fancy.
Now we get fancy, Chef.
So
where are we, Chef? Zabil Ballroom.
Well, we are in the Zabil Ballroom in the Radisson Blu Dubai, Deira Creek. And in my home, as you said, for 28 and a half years now. So, and actually, we're in the corner. We just start our sandwich competition in a minute. So we have 4 different kinds of great breads, and then we have some different kind of mayonnaise from our partners, ICCA. And over there behind us, we see the fruit and vegetable carving live.
Yep.
So the guys just started a short while ago. So. But you can see already that we have good guys there, so I'm pretty sure we will have an amazing result. Here on the table, actually, we have the cakes.
Let's see what Chef has to say about the cakes.
So when you look at this, I mean, the key, obvious, is the flavor, the taste of the cakes. But when you see, like, especially the first two, is some very nice decoration. And when you see that is everything live done, in 2 hours here is an amazing work.
Blowing is very nice.
It's amazing work. So I'm very happy. First day, we are almost done on the first day, but amazing results. So
thank you,
I'm extremely pleased what the outcome. And good thing, what I like most, we had lots of young chefs visiting to come to see what's a little bit more experienced guys are doing. We had guys from 4 different schools are coming here to watch what the older guys are doing. So, which is good. Key thing is, as I said to the young guys, you don't come here to win a gold medal, you come here to learn.
Very true, Chef.
Okay, and in a couple of years, hopefully the gold medal will come by itself when you learn enough. But first, learning. And I think
practice.
Especially with a difficult time now, I think it's very important that we keep practicing, learning, promoting, training, and to motivate the people. And I think it's an amazing opportunity for the guys to show themselves. So it's great.
Very true, Chef. And we're very lucky to have you and your your general manager, Jan, support the Culinary Guild for all these years, and the hotel supporting by giving up the Zabil Ballroom here. And I believe we're going to be upstairs for a little dinner later on as well.
Yes.
With some beautiful bread. So we really look forward to being here for tonight and tomorrow, the full day, back again in the Zabil Ballroom at the Radisson Blu Deira Creek, Dubai. And I think tomorrow, again, we're going to see another great array of showpieces.
Yeah,
plates.
I actually just looked at the list. Who's coming tomorrow, the competitors. And I saw some of our good friends' names, which I know will have some great pieces for the young chefs to learn from.
Excellent. No, well done. So we're nearly heading back to the studio, I believe, in 3 minutes. So thank you, Chef, for that. We will move on.
You're welcome.
We're waiting for the last of the judging results to come out. And as Chef said, the schools are here. We've seen the schools from Kotham from over in Pakistan as well. Great delegation of young kids coming over, and you can see the enthusiasm in them as well. They come and they look and they ask questions. And that's what's most important, that this opportunity for them is something that they can take away. Hopefully they can take it back to their schoolmates up in Pakistan or wherever they've come from. And with the education programs that we're seeing throughout the day that we're running out of the studio, and plus the insights insights from some of our old friends from around the world. Hopefully that the chefs, the competitors, and especially the young guys will actually get great benefit out of the next 4 days. We want to make sure that we are always able to do this. And as we saw, the beautiful array of products from all our sponsors and that support from those guys is what makes this possible. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Without the hotel giving its ballroom up, we wouldn't be here. Without people actually giving up their time also. I want to quickly just go back over to these gold medals and bronze medals. And just to show some of the differences. We've got a couple of minutes left on this one. There was when the medals came out, there was a big crowd around. So what you have to look at is you look at what is a gold medal, what is a bronze medal, and you can see pretty much by yourself what is the difference on the plates. Yeah. And so I heard the judges giving feedback to the competitor of these plates, and he actually asked the competitor, what could have you done better? Yeah. And so, yeah, I know the young lady is, well, now we're going to embarrass her on the television. So Chef Alan Hosted from Luxembourg actually got her and said, so what do you think you can do better? And what did she say? Nothing, because she got a gold medal. But then Chef, he was giving some, you know, if you bring the lights, yeah, lights and you're going to use the lights, make sure you use the lights properly. What else could we do with the soup maybe? Yeah, there could be a little bit of extra in the soup, yeah? And if you look at the portion size here and the portion size here, yeah, that's one for the competitors to look at. This is a really nice dessert. I think that's really nice, yeah? That's a beautiful dessert as well. Fine work here, fine work there, beautiful glaze. So I think take the time to look. Take the time to learn. Great that the young lady has earned a gold medal and well-deserved gold medal as well. Good girl, yeah. And it's great that her hotel has given her the opportunity to come here as well. But a great start. So the first gold medal of the competition. And we're back to you, Joanne and Alan. Certainly ready and waiting in the Zabil ballroom, the hive of activity. We've had some more judging points come out. So we're going to focus in on this guy that we spoke about, and he's scored a gold medal. Well deserved, yeah, a great effort. And there's been a couple of more medals given out as well. So this is another gold. We've got a couple of bronzes on the chocolate pieces. But now what we're really going to do, we're going to get down to the live cooking area as opposed to dead cooking. And we're going to go and see the pumpkin masters. So the pumpkin masters are in action. I've got cameraman and camera girl with me now. I've got 2 cameras and all sorts. And we've lost Amaresh. We need Amaresh. Because now at the moment we're in and out, which is a bit of a shame. And then we're going to say hello to Federico and Mr. Padma from the Rougerie gang. And also our friend Masood from Baker. So what do we got here, gentlemen? Who wants to talk?
I think we should give Padma the...
I think we should put Padma on. Wear your mask, Masood. Yeah? Yeah.
Hello.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Padma, I mean, 30 plus years with... Allah, Mr. Allah is there. Where is that? Where is Mr. Rama? Look, Marwan, always eating. Allah. Akil katia, akil. Sorry. Yalla. Back to Padma. Sorry, Padma, he distracted me.
Okay.
Munching. He never offers anything to eat, though.
No?
Not like you guys. Beautiful bread in the morning, beautiful croissants from Baker. Fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Andy.
Padma from and Federico. So over to you, Padma. Talk to us about what we're doing here.
We are, having 4 kinds of bread here. One is the sourdough. Whoever have tasted it, they say it's one of the best they have ever tasted. And the second one, what we have is the Salus bread, which is supposed to have, it has beta-glucan, which can regulate your cholesterol and sugar. We have the Troppobuono, which is with the turmeric, which is good for, which is more healthier. And we have the cereally. So all the product range, what we have are all clean label. and we are just launching it. It's a new range. So we are very excited about it. And maybe I will give it to my partner, Federico, who is the inventor, or he's the R&D chief. Over to you, Federico.
Federico, welcome to Dubai. Good to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you.
Patsy, everything for me. Thank you for this interview. Have a good show.
And Masood from Bake Mart. Tell us a bit about what Bake Mart's doing in the market, Masood.
Basically, Bake Mart, as we all know, we are one of the leading companies which are in the bread making business. We do everything which is fresh from frozen. We produce all types of breads, cakes, pastries, viennoiserie, up to 95% completion, and then we give it to the market for them to put their final signature and present it as their own. It's a convenient concept. It works very well. Today, we are partnering with this company because we believe in clean label. We believe in green labels. We want to get away from all these extra chemicals, all these extra E numbers that are always appearing in the ingredient list. I think they are setting the trend. We are actually incorporating it in our day-to-day work, and we would like to present it to the general market, a very clean, healthy product which everybody can eat. So that's the partnership.
Fantastic partnership as well. I mean, the clean label is, what does it exactly mean? Padma?
Would you like to?
Yeah. What is this clean label?
You see, generally, if you look at it, when we make bread, to enhance the life of any bread, you use a lot of chemicals, a lot of ingredients like calcium propionate, a lot of other shelf life enhancers, a lot of E numbers, hydrogenated fats and stuff like that. Now, that is becoming a little bit of a concern with people who are very health conscious, who like something which is very clean and healthy. Now, these people are engaging in a technology which is enzyme based. It's very organic, it's very original, and it takes away all these chemicals. So it gives us the opportunity to take it away from our list of products and then present something very, very clean and green, as we call it.
And the actual company is out of Italy.
Yes.
And the title is Laboratorio Italiano Farine.
Yes.
So the laboratory of Italian flour, or
yes, Laboratorio Italiano Farine. Yes, the name of one branch. The other is a little bit more complicated. That is Il Granaio delle Idee, but in brief, Granaio. In brief, Granaio, it is more simple.
No, fantastic. No, but thank you, gentlemen, for joining. We're going to be having a dinner later upstairs where we're going to be sampling with about 70 chefs the fantastic bread products. So we're all looking forward to that. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to steal my camera crew away, and we're going to pop over and have a look at the sandwiches. So camera girl number one, she's there.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Federico Padma Masood. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. So these guys are under pressure. These guys are under the hammer. We got 30 minutes to produce two beautiful sandwiches. One has to be vegetarian. One Padma, the rougerie. We've got the, oh, I can hear me again. Oh, I'm nearly back again. So they've got a sourdough there, they've got the nuts, they've got the sesame, the all grain. So they're making a sandwich course of they want to serve it with. And then the judge is going to take it away into the judge's room. And this is where it's most important. There's going to be a bit of tasting. Yeah. So this is always a little bit of a difficult time for the chef. So we're going to back away. We're going to let settle down so that they can get their final dishes presented out for the judges. Then we'll come back. We've already got some over here. So again, we're looking at a sandwich. And this guy's actually added a couple of shots as well. So a little beetroot shot here and a little green shot. So he's actually done a full meal, nice little healthy vegetable salad, bit of coleslaw. And then he's presented out his sandwiches. So he's ready to go, which is great. We've then got the rest of the guys just finishing their plating. On top of that, we've got our friends carving the vegetables. So let's go and have a look at our friends with carpet cameraman. Oh, boop, boop. I can hear myself boo, boo, booping. I don't know what's gone wrong with that. Let me have a look on the telephone. In the moon, bing, bong, 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 bong. I'm not too sure. Yeah, there we are. I'm back again. Yeah, there I am. I can see myself. I don't know what's happening. Technology. No, we've got three cameras. So if you have a quick look at Rohit, done. He's first starting with his little and now look how it's taking place. Our fish man is working away on his fish. We've got our two here that are putting the final touches. They've still got a little bit of time to go. So again, with carving, about the amount of work in 2 hours, it's how much of the some of the guys are carving the entire one. Look at that. Look at that, how it's taking shape. Yeah. Absolutely super. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's for you. I mean, we wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah. And then the guys here are putting we've got 3 Mr. Bakers. Or we'll call them Mr. Vegetable soon, the pumpkin. Yeah. And we've got our man from Radisson Blu down here. He's getting another little piece carved out. So some really good efforts here. Our are coming along. Our last 2 competitors are serving up their sandwich. I can see Chef Osam taking pictures of the sandwich and looking forward to having a bit of a feed, I would think. So he's having a look there. Let's have a look outside and look at some of the come through as well. So let's sneak here. We'll come out here. Open this up. How many minutes, 5 more minutes. Look, can't get out in a minute. How do you get cameraman 1, cameraman 2, cameraman 3? Look, 4 camera. Look, they're all going to walk past me. They're all filming at the same time. I mean, overwhelming. 1 with a microphone, 2, 3 with cameras. Dear me. Right, what do we got over here? A preponderance. So this is our 4 plates of dessert. So bronze medal, which is nice. You can see, again, you look at the difference. Bronze, silver. You look at the portion sizes. Yeah, this one's a little bit too big. Yeah, if you compare. You look at the colors. You look at the variety of textures that have been offered up as well.
I forgot to say that they switch off.
So there's very subtle differences between a bronze and a gold and a silver. Then we've got down here, all the way down here, and then the last one at the end, yeah, is a bronze. Very colourful, very nice. Again, different shapes, different flavours, different textures coming through. So a great effort from all the chefs here. So 2 bronze and a silver. Very, very good. And then we'll go and have a look at the chocolate carving. So we had a quick look at the gold medal one. And then if we look at we have gold, we have a silver, and we have a bronze. Yeah. If you look at the gold, the complete chocolate has been carved, yeah, entirely carved. The front, the back, the sides, detail is incredible, yeah. The little gnome, you know, he's got this expression. You can see he's happy, little happy gnome, yeah. Silver medal, and the work, the additional work that's gone into the beard. You know, he's got his little beard popping over his belly. You know, so it's and his little bulbous nose. So it's a really cute carving. We look at the bronze medal. Yeah, beautiful piece, looking sleek, but again, the amount of detail, if you look compared to the silver, to the bronze, that's where the subtleness is. This is points. This is not 20 points or 15 points. This is 3 points, 2 points, 5 points between the differences of the medals. So even though they're 3 different pieces, they're all equally as beautiful. They are great pieces. The chefs can be very proud of what they've done. Their chefs can be proud. Their hotels can be proud, because to come away from competition like this, and it is international judging. It's not local judging. It's international judges. They're against the standard. So these pieces can go anywhere around the world and be displayed with confidence that they'll come away with medals as well. I mean, this gold medal, this is easily work for the Culinary Olympics and also the Culinary World Cup in Luxembourg. This is pure gold medal work. You know, this was very high gold, and when you start to look at the finite detail, and that's what the judges have to do. You know, they have to stand there. You know, you could be really pedantic and say the broken tusk, it could have been a little bit more damaged if it's not so clean. So that's one thing. We could say that there's a couple of knife marks and slip marks where they've carved, but you know, this is the finite detail that the judges have to look at, because to give a gold medal and then to give a gold medal with distinction, you know, to be flawless, it's really hard. Back to you, Shanaz. Oh, they're not ready. We'll go somewhere else. Yeah, we'll wander off somewhere else. Yeah. What do we got over here? Yep, and our 3 girls and a dog. 3 girls, a dog and a gun. Gold medal. Fantastic, beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if the fire hydrant's for the dog. You never know. You know, because you got to think about it. You know, you got 3 courageous women wielding weapons. You got some gun here that will destroy a city, but then you got a dog on a fire hydrant.
Andy, hello, Chef Andy. Chef Andy, we're going to head back to the studio now for another education session. We look forward to seeing some more of the art very, very soon.
I tell you, she's later when I get back on. You better warn that Joanne Cook. She's going to get a warning letter.
Okay, warning letter. Okay, sir.
For cutting me off midstream about my conversation of a dog and a fire hydrant. I want to know what the synergy is, Joanne.
Andy.
What do you think?
Still on, go for it.
You know, girls fighting in the street, big guns, cannons, dog, fire hydrant. I guess it's all to do with the art. Over to you, Joanne.
Many thanks, Chairman. I hope I still have my job now.
No problem.
Well, thanks very much. Another session from the Radisson Blu and another to come. We're just going to share a video and head into another education session. At the end of day 1, there's still another few days to go. How will chefs be feeling? How will judges be feeling?
Everyone were feeling, oh, we got rid of day 1. Natural. Yeah. The event started. There's always those last minute butterflies. There's always that, is the organization going to work? And especially in these days, if we just spoke with Prasad about COVID, will people actually feel intimidated to come to chef? And we are testing new technology ourselves to keep up with the current time.
We certainly testing technology.
You're testing my patience.
Will it work? Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, good to see you.
I tell you, I'm going to have to give two warning letters, I think, to this Joanne girl. I tell you, one for interrupting the chairman and one for keeping him waiting.
Oh la la. I think I'm going to have to do something about the production staff at this end, Chef. I do apologize.
Unbelievable.
We watch in earnest.
Now, what a great interview from Prasad. That was really nice to listen to. Yeah, and it's about the United Arab Emirates, not just the Emirate of Dubai or the Emirate of Abu Dhabi, but the United Arab Emirates in its 50th year this year from the Federation in 1971. And for us to hold our event within that 50th year, I think we're really privileged and we're honored to be able to do it as well. And it's good to have the young men, the young ladies, the ladies and gentlemen coming to work with us, to work alongside us, and then of course the competitors. I mean, one of the young ladies who picked up the gold medal today, she was one of our helpers down in the Luxembourg team with the Young Chefs team. And it was great to see her putting on a great show here, picking up a gold medal and impressing Chef Alan from Luxembourg. And I think that sums up our day, that we've had a fantastic opening day. We've got a lot of tired people. That's why the chairman's sitting down in his chair. We end the day as we started, but we've had a fantastic opening day of the 24th Emirates Salon Culinaire, a fantastic first day of the virtual Expoculinaire, and I think the technology that we've been exposed to from ICCA with Sanji and Shanaz and the full team from ICCA, our colleagues that have come in today from Nikon and Amresh, has really set another benchmark. It's really pushed us. It's pushed us as the guild to make sure that we're doing that little bit extra. But also it's another step forward in a country that only steps forward. And I think we're very lucky to be involved with that. So I'm going to stand up now because I've had enough of a rest. I'm going to put my mask on and we're going to go and have a look at the last couple of vegetable showpieces because there are some great work. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then we've got the final sandwich debriefing going on. And also Kutsi's going to start clearing the room and getting ready for tomorrow. So I'll put my mask on. And as I stand up, I'm going to move the chair away just so that we can see all the partners that help us every year. These are the people that have made it possible. And we really do thank all those companies and all those people that have come out today from those companies to be put on a fantastic first show of the Emirates Salon Culinaire. So right, down the stairs, no handrail, don't call health and safety, and they'll get upset. So we'll have a look at the, off we go, cameraman, or camera person. Not sure what you meant to call it. Come along, my dear. Already started to move some things. So this is our final practical vegetable carving pieces. There's some fantastic work here. And you can see the levels of skill that are in front of you. The boys had 2 hours. They've really put in some great efforts. We want to highlight this one. So if you're going to do vegetable carving, you make sure that you do something that's impressive, that people are going to want to take a picture of, a little bit of Instagramming. But what they're looking for is the complete carving of the entire piece. And if you look at this fella, there is not one piece that hasn't been carved. I'm going to trick him and turn him upside down. But let's see, maybe he's got made in Sri Lanka written on the bottom. No, he hasn't got made in Sri Lanka on the bottom. Sorry, Prasad. But the detail that's gone into this in 2 hours, can you imagine what he could do in 3? So all the guys were given the same amount of time, but it just shows you the amount of skill that is needed and that is put into doing some of these fantastic pieces. I mean, the faces are just great, you know. I mean, if you click this on your telephone, it'd want to know who is this, so you could tag them. But that's really good work, and really great to see that we have such talent in the United Arab Emirates, and to be able to do these things, because that is a real skill. Real skill. Thanks, Martin. We've got the last of the judging sheets in. Maybe I can have a look, and we get a sneak peek. Sneak peek. Here, veg carving. Here, look, hot off the press. So we've got a gold medal, a silver medal, and a bronze medal. So let's see. So the gold medal is this one. So that's going to get a gold medal. Yep. And then we've got number 3. There's number 3. Yeah. And number 3, he's picked up a silver medal, a little silver medal for this one. And then number 4 has picked up a lovely bronze medal. But you can see right here, 3 medals, 3 different levels of work, 3 different levels of skill. And I think if the chefs come back, when they come back for their debrief, they're going to be able to realize why they were awarded a bronze or a silver medal and what they need to work towards to get to the gold level. So that's a great way to finish, that we have gold medal in the practical veg and silver and bronze to end the day. We're going to nip over quickly to have a look at the sandwich.
Barakat, by the sorry.
Sorry, not too sure what all that was about. So then we've got all the sandwich guys here. They've all stopped work. You can continue, carry on, chef. Yeah, don't mind me. You're all done. Fantastic. So who's going to eat the sandwiches? Again, more. Oh dear me, too much tasting. No, we're going to go upstairs in a minute for dinner. But our great Rougerie Bake Mart bread class, freshly prepared sandwich, beautiful breads, made within 30 minutes. One was vegetarian, one was to the competitor's choice. And so we've got some lovely results there as well. So the chefs have been giving their feedback. I'm sure they're going to go and have a bit of a taste in a minute. Have you had a taste already, chef?
Yes, we have.
Excellent, very good. So that's another great class that we've introduced over the last couple of years, and it just gives chefs and it gives the audience something to think about of what you can do than just a normal old chicken mayonnaise sandwich, but what you can actually add. You know, we had people adding little shots, people adding sauces, and some of the flavors are fantastic and they look great. And super bread. I mean, you've got to have good bread and sandwich, right? So, and then if it's made fresh, served fresh, you can't go wrong. So I'm sure the chefs will give a couple of medals on that one, yeah. And Chef Alain rubbing his stomach, yeah, rubbing it for luck like the Buddha, mate. Huh? Come on, cameraman, let's go for a wander. We've got the president of the Syrian Guild here, Mr. Majid, the king of Instagram. I mean, he's been very busy. I mean, he's the busiest man. He's the busiest man in Sharjah because he's in Dubai.
Yeah, so I took
he took the chairman's chair. Another warning letter. Good to see you.
Finished, then I will be.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so we've seen a great day, a fantastic day. We've had great support from the sponsors. We've had great support from all the competitors. And thank you, a big thank you to Radisson Blu. Big thank you to Mr. Jan, the general manager. Of course, Uwe, Chef Dion, the banqueting team, who have helped us set up. We're not finished yet. We're going to have to crack on. We're going to have to get ourselves ready for the next sessions tomorrow. So Kutsi's going to start shouting soon, and he's going to start to clear. And we're going to clear, and we're going to start clearing some of the items. But we will keep all the showpieces because we want them here for tomorrow, so we can go back to them as well to show the new visitors to the show what we've been doing yesterday. And I think that's important to keep the showpieces for the people, because it's something special that you don't see every day. It's the chocolate, the sugar, the beautiful wedding cakes, and I've gone all funny. Oh, all funny. No, but anyway, we're back again tomorrow, early morning. We're going to be live from the studio. We're going to be live from the ballroom. And then we're also going to be down on Tuesday and Wednesday at the Deira Creek side hotel in the garden, where we'll do all the practical cookery. And again, the sponsors and supporters that are with us, it's really down to you. And thank you all for the work that you've done and that you continue to do. And we just hope to see everybody bright and early tomorrow. And I think that's a wrap for today. What do you think, Joanne? Come on, Joanne, wake up.
I'm awake, but without sound. What can I say?
I can hear you. I can hear you. That's enough. Is Peggy all right?
Peggy's very good. It is a wrap. Thanks, Chairman, for day one.
Well done.
Here. It's been great to see what's happening down at the ballroom. Lots of action. Not so much too much talking here, but lots of action there. Again, you're right. With the sponsors and with all the chefs, it's been a great day, and we'll look forward to even more tomorrow.
No, well done. Well done to the studio. Well done to ICCA. The technology hasn't failed us. I think the first virtual Expoculinaire, Salon Culinare, this hybrid event is just the start of something even bigger. Sanji always uses the expression, the power of 10. I think it might be the power of 100,000 by next year, Sanji. Guys, thank you very much.
That'll be music to his ears. Music to his ears. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you in the morning.